Hey, hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Shri.
Shri.
Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Shri.
Hello, good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are. Um, we have a bunch of people, huh? People who cleared exam are available. People who are going for the exam are available. Great to see you all. Hello, hello.
Hi, Shri.
All right, all right. I should have few people who have cleared the exam here. Let me first pull the people who cleared the exam. Meantime, this is a Sunday prayers. We meet on every Sunday to talk about how things are going on, which means there are people who going towards examination. We talk about what to do for the examination, and also we listen to the people who cleared the exam. I have Nirmala. Please let me know if I missed you people around who cleared the exam. Pranshu, did we spoke to you earlier or you're doing today?
Today.
Today. All right, you are in. So who else we have? And should we have Meena?
Yes, Shri, I'm here.
Hey, Meena, are you available in the camp by any chance?
Yes, 1 minute.
All right, then I should have Atira. Atira, you're available?
Yes, Shri, I am. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, fantastic. That's Atira. Then I should have Meena also coming in. Let me pull Meena also. Meena, where are you? Here is Meena. All right, fantastic. All right, first round of applause and congratulations to all these winners who cleared the exam. Great
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
And I think it also looks a special Women's Day special. More women around here who cleared exams. Huh? Good enough, good enough. I'm sure this gives a good amount of sense of satisfaction. Something is achieved, right? Getting a certificate is always gives an energy. Okay, my brain is still sharp. I can think something. That's a good feel we get out of this exam. So what we can do here is we want to listen to you at least two bullet points, which can help someone who is preparing for the exam. Because always as a PMI exams looks more challenging. Either it is a PMP or PMI ACP. There are a few more exams are there. If it is a PMI, a challenging exam. What kind of challenge? Maybe the subject is too vast. Okay. Even if you sit and read for 1 year, is the exam smooth? Answer is no, because the exam will have more of scenarios, situations, make you to think. So it is not only reading is going to help you, the mindset is going to help us. So let's listen to the people here, what they did here, right? So we have two sections today. One is listening to the success bullet points. The next is go and talk about the preparation, or I have a question today to explain to the people. So let's go quickly to the people here to understand two key points. What was your preparation strategy? How was your exam? 2 points, right? What was your preparation strategy? That's what pretty important people want to know, because someone can take key inputs from you. That's a key point. Okay. One difference today here is I have three people with the PMP and one person with the PMP plus PMI ACP. Who's that? Who's that? Someone in the
Achoo.
someone in the middle of the ocean.
Right. Thanks, Shri.
Okay.
Yeah. Middle
Okay.
of the
Okay.
ocean. Yeah.
Right. Right. Meena, I think you two did it, right? You did your
PMP.
safe PMP, right? Okay.
Yes.
So Atira did her PMP long time back, and she went for PMI ACP recently. So we listened to her how the ACP experience is, because it has more of depth of agile, right? ACP stands for Assistant Commissioner of Police. Is it right, Atira?
Yeah. Even I joke this to many people and they ask me what is ACP.
Okay, you,
It's
you don't want to be Assistant Commissioner of Police, right? You don't
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no. I
You
don't
don't like
mind.
that. You
If
don't mind it,
that
huh?
serves the duty for a nation, I don't mind.
Okay,
I
okay. You
get
don't want to
something.
get.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for
Okay.
giving me
Shall
this
I?
opportunity,
Okay,
Shri.
just quick check. I will start with Atira. Is it okay for the other people?
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
feel bad. Okay, no feel bad situation. Let's move forward. So I'll put Atira on spot. So congratulations, Atira, for doing the PMI ACP. Give some highlights on your preparation model or what made you to go for ACP.
Hmm. So ACP is because now everything is moving into agile in organizations. PMP is more related to project management. Of course, you need project management skills as well, but on top of it, if you have this topping of ACP also in your certification list, it adds value in terms of you have an edge over others, as now everything is moving into agile. So they would surely look into the aspect that whether you know anything about agile, or have you really, know the concepts of agile. Do you know the different agile methodologies that are prevalent in the organizations or not? So it definitely adds value, and hence I focused on clearing the ACP as well. And also there are some certain benefits in terms of if you have done PMP, then in terms of getting your examination, I think the validation from the PMI authorities becomes a little bit more easier. So I wanted to get those benefits as well.
Nice. Good. I think I'll also say that you had that flavor since you did a PMP, you know how a question paper look like. What is the model they ask? Irrespective of this, this PMI ACP got upgraded last year in November, or even before that, I believe, right? They updated sometime in 2024 timeline, and the paper got a little more tricky and tougher, which means the subject was so deep. As we know, in PMP we have 50% agile, but here they go a little more full detail into agile. So how was your examination in the sense of examination comparing to PMP, PMI, ACP? How do you see that?
Okay. So when I compare to PMP was equally tough, but this was quite tricky in
Mm,
terms of the agile mindset check which they were doing in terms of servant leadership, collaboration, team efforts. So
mm,
all this put into a situational case studies.
mm,
Again, there were a lot of questions and case studies in this examination, unlike PMP, which focus
mm,
more on concepts. Here, you have these burn down charts also in most of the case studies. So you have to
mm,
literally go and read what is the burn down, how much is it, and correlate with the question and then find out from the options. So you have this 1.5 minutes per question that you've got as per the time management. And to
mm,
go through the entire thing, it's time consuming, plus it's tricky. The answers are also close by. The case study is also such that you have to go through those data points that they have published in terms of a burn down graph. You have
mm,
to analyze those graphs, and you have to even calculate with the help of the calculator. In PMP, I didn't use much of calculator, but here you have that calculator which you are using it constantly. You're adding
mm,
those numbers and you're trying to correlate with the options that you've got. So I felt this is quite tough. Literally, I just felt that whether I'll be able to make it or not. But then at the end, when I got this about target thing, I was so surprised. Oh, great. That means I have some agile mindset
Okay,
clear
you did
in,
you did your
yeah.
groundwork. That's that good point, Atira. I think as you said, PMI is also upgrading PMP exam from July, where they are bringing case studies. So I'm not threatening the people. I'm saying that from July exam is going to have a different view. So if you are the push, go and close the exam right now. Don't wait for it, because once a case study comes, what we heard from Atira, you have to understand the concepts very well. If not, you can't solve the case. It's tricky. Good. What about the preparation model? Because there are a lot of books and PDFs available. Which one you read?
Okay. So thanks to your classes, I used to be very attentive in your classes. So that way I covered most of my concepts in your class itself. Second thing is I had to go through the Mike Griffith
Hmm.
ebooks. I read that almost twice. Then I thought, oh my God, it's so vast. I'm not able to concentrate on those. So many pages. I literally can't remember now, 800 or 500. So many pages are there. And people were saying in our class group that I did 3 times, 4 times. I'm like, I'm not able to finish one time. How can these people finish 2 times? I was constantly under stress because along with your work you're doing this Mike Griffith every day,
True.
morning and night. Okay, so it was challenging, but concepts were clear in Mike Griffith. It made
Hmm.
my concepts clarified.
Hmm.
Plus the what was the other one, Mike Con, or some one more PDF was there, Mike Con, I
Hmm.
believe. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was better, that was also good. And plus agile practice guide, which you already did in PMP, but
Hmm.
again you had to revise, so I did that twice, one in the start and one before the exam, because I'm damn sure that it's going to come from that agile practice guide, as
Hmm.
most of your mock questions were related to that only. So whenever I
Okay.
found the reference thing, it was agile practice guide. So I was like, okay, this is somewhere three classes are hitting that you have to read this agile very carefully. So again, I
Okay.
went back to the notes, and just before the exam, 5, 6 days back, before the exam, I again read the Agile Practice Guide. And then
Mm.
I used to solve chapter-wise mock tests.
Mm.
That helped me clarify all the answers. And in
Nice.
between, I used to trouble Rahul Gupta with all my questions. Wherever there was
Mm.
any wrong answers in your mock test, one or two
Mm.
there were, so that I increase my percentage and get that satisfaction. Oh, I'm somewhere on the right track. So I used to tell him, please, your questions are not having the correct,
Not
you're
right
not,
answers.
yeah. That means I'm now 67, 69. I'm close to the target. So that mental
Good.
satisfaction was there. That questions are wrong and the answers in the mock test of Shri classes can be wrong. Okay, fine. Not all, I would say. Only one or two I found. Yeah. Rest all were
Okay.
great.
Okay. So understanding is good reading of the book is needed. More than reading, I think you made the concept understanding clear. Right? I think the same principle of PMP also, right? Understanding the concepts are more important rather than just
Yes,
mugging the content. Yeah,
exactly.
that will
Your
not help.
servant leadership, that is the main thing. The
Mm.
questions were mainly on that servant leadership. Somewhere I
Okay.
could feel that they're hitting it back on that lines on the agile mindset, collaboration, and there were certain controlling aspects as if manager is trying to control the team. Now that
Mm.
is a typical project manager controlling the
Mm.
team. In agile, it doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Everybody are self-organizing teams, and all those principles and mindset which you always keep telling us. Read
Yeah.
through the principles, read through the values. I kept
Mm.
on reading. Although I
Mm.
may not be perfect in terms of you tell me sixth rule, what does it say? I say that
Mhm.
I can't do that much, but at least I read through those 12
You know the
principles and the
concepts.
values. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understood the concepts and I could put it in those case studies and understand what are they trying to check on
Nice.
my agile values over there.
Really
And
smart work, Aditya. Really smart work. Maybe a last section to listen from you. Exam, how many questions they have? How do you do time management?
okay, perfect. So this was something which I was very keen on. I kept on asking in your prayer sessions with all
Mm.
people, tell me
Mm.
the time management. Nobody was telling me the correct time management, what they were doing. Some
Mm.
people were saying all thanks to my parents and this and that. So I was like, I want the exact time management trick that people use. So I
Mm.
checked on with few people. Again, I didn't find the answers. Then I myself did some chat GPT thing. Okay. In this exam, 180 questions are there. No, sorry, 180 minutes are there. 120 questions are there. Okay. Now, how do I do it? So you have this reverse clock again. You
Mm.
won't have the watch inside your examination hall. Luckily, this
Mm.
time they allowed my this watch also. It all depends upon the examination center. They do allow digital watch.
Oh, they
I told them
allowed.
yeah, they allowed for me. Even the water in the previous center, the water was also not allowed. In this
Which
center, they allowed me everything. Like, okay,
which
fine.
city it is? Which city it is?
It is basically Vashi, near Vashi, if you see, Turbe
Mm.
Road. Okay, so I
Oh,
stay
oh.
in Vashi. So for me, it was just taking a rick and going to the place and locating the
I'm
place.
so surprised they allowed you to wear the watch because even analog watch, they ask you to remove because they suspect you may have some device to listen there.
Yeah, but
Wow,
they allowed me. I told you if you want, you check it in and out. I'm quite used to this. Even I wear during my sleep also.
wow,
So I
wow,
said
they
I'm quite
allow.
used to this. Yeah. So
Next week, if you go there, check this guy's still in the job.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't be telling that. Yeah, but
Maybe the last day
yeah.
of the job for him. Okay, cool.
You can edit this video for that. Okay, great. I don't.
Okay.
So what the question management is that you need to
Mm.
focus on say 40 questions in 1 hour. So if the
Mm.
time clock starts at 180, by 120 minutes when you are there, you should have covered 40 questions.
Mm.
Okay. Then again the clock starts, and I guess when you are close to 80 minutes or so, I had written it down. Yeah. When you're close to say question number 80, you would have reached
Mm.
60 minutes or so, I believe. Yeah. I
Mm.
guess, yeah,
Okay,
60
good.
minutes or so. And then the followed by the rest of the minutes, you can cover the rest of the questions. So
Nice.
1.5 question, obviously you can't keep like that clock 1.5 and it's ticking. But
Mm.
I was checking on those stages. Okay. First break, 40 questions, 1 hour is over, 40
Mm.
questions is done. Next 1 hour, again 40 questions. So 1 hour, 40 questions is what you need to keep a track of.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you're not sure about if the case study is too long, it's taxing on your brain and you won't have the
Mm.
energy to go for the other question. Just mark it some option, you click on it, put it under the flag review,
Mm.
move on to the next question. Don't keep on reading the case study. It can drain your
Mm.
energy levels and all. And during the break, have those breaks, I would say. After once 60 questions, you get this 10 minutes break, which is very valuable. I exceeded that 10 minutes break also. I was busy eating and I was sitting aram se. And then by the time I came, she was like, it's already running, your clock is running. I was like, okay, let me just get back quickly. But I needed those
So
energy.
you are making some filter coffee in the 10 minutes. You did that.
No, the thing is, the examination hall is down on the ground floor.
Yeah.
The washroom and everything is on the second floor. So
Oh
it's a
my
lot
God.
of steps out there. So I had to go literally up and come down, and there's a locker
Ah.
and so many time-consuming activities. So they should have kept
Oh.
at least on the same floor everything. But it's like if you want some biscuits or something, you have to go reach into the locker, which is on the
When you go to
topmost
different
floor.
floor, when you go to
Yeah,
different floor, were there any invigilator? Do they know that where you're going?
there was one security guard sitting near the locker.
Okay, okay. Because usually in exam centers, they'll keep you in visibility.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what.
they do. They were sitting right behind me. Some of them were sitting right
Okay,
behind me.
okay. Nice.
They
Okay,
were quite
okay.
scrutinizing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they do that.
One guy saying, I might take the flight just to give the exam at the center. That's good.
Okay, okay, good. So you made a good systematic plan. What I observed from you is book reading is important. More than mugging up the content, understanding the concepts is important. I think that's what I understood from you. And time management, you practiced on the way what you want to do. This is for PMI ACP, and you are strict on that in the exam hall also. You're able to follow that, right? And middle of the exam, you also not clear. Am I going to clear the exam? But you play till the last ball of the game, right?
Yes.
And when you came out, it's a colorful results.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I got 2 minutes extra, so I could just review my things.
I think your PMI reimburse some money if you give 2 minutes back. Did you try that?
Oh, is it? No. And
I
the good part,
give.
the good part is that once you click on it, in PMP, you usually don't get to know whether you're pass or fail, right? Unless or until the
Mm,
invigilator gives you the letter.
paper, yeah.
Okay. In this, it showed on the screen for some time, and I was looking, okay, is this right? I asked the invigilator, yeah, fine, and then I closed it after the survey.
So in the screen you saw successfully cleared.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Successfully cleared only. It was stating directly.
Yeah, yeah. This is how PMP used to be till 2021, I believe. Then many people start playing game, doing some misbehavior. Then they start stopping it. They do a lot of analysis behind the screen. So that's how it is. Good, Tira. That's a good message from you. So you are a PMP certified, PMI ACP certified. Now, how are you going to apply it? Where are you going to use it?
Already, I'm working in Deloitte Technology and Transformation team. I'm handling projects, 3 projects and all, and I'm applying those agile. Although some organizations still don't
Hmm.
follow more of agile,
Agile.
but
Okay.
my efforts have been to make them understand it's better to switch to agile. And
Nice.
since you're working in a consulting firm, there are
Hmm.
opportunities for you to work for other projects, other banks where the agile is predominantly followed.
Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, that let's
Nice.
see. I mean, if something I get pure agile
Good.
fully end
Good
to
to
end,
know.
it would be useful for.
Good to know, Atira. Good to know, Atira. It is, I think, 2 years back, right? We came for PMP. Wow,
I,
two
I
years.
cleared in 2024,
Oh,
July.
2 years gone. 2 years gone. I
Yeah.
remember PMP classes, the way you used to drill me with the questions uh, in the class.
Yeah, yeah. This time
And
I
that
didn't do ACP.
so that shows the interest, right? Just having the passion to learn something. So thanks for being a good inspiration for the people. Keep growing and keep investing on your learning experience. Keep do
Thank
that.
you. Thank you, Sri. And I'm looking forward to more certifications from your team so that I build up my career
Good, good.
and I can see the
And
success for the long term.
fantastic. Stay in the ecosystem, get into the Elite group, and I would sometimes say share knowledge with the Elite group, form some community discussions that will help you to grow further. Yeah,
We'll do that. Yeah. Thank you.
great. First, thanks for coming up here and good wishes for your success in your career.
Thank you so much to you and your team
Super.
for supporting us throughout this journey, both PMP and ACP. And also, your team is also great in terms of giving us the right support. Rahul
Good.
is always there and he's make sure that you're not disappointed. He always answers to you at whatever time you ping. So I'm quite happy with the kind of service that your team is giving. And thank you,
Okay.
Shri. You also make the
Good.
class very nice and quite interesting so that you don't feel, it's 2 hours on a weekend that you're listening to Shri sir. But no, it is quite good, insightful learning, must say.
Good. Good.
So best wishes to all of you, whoever is there in this forum, so that if you need any tips from me, let me know. I'm
Mm.
there to support. Yeah. Thank you.
Super, Atira. Thanks a lot. Keep rocking. Good wishes again. Yeah. Right, that's Athira who cleared PMI ACP. Nice, right? Good story to listen. I'm so surprised the exam centers are getting more free. I like that. Should be that way. If not too much, right? Some centers they watch you too much, take off this, lift your collars, remove your shoes. Oh man, it'll be so tough. Okay, let's go to next person. Quickly, I have a couple of more people. Who's going to talk first? In my list, I have Nirmala on the top list. Should I pull Nirmala? Is it okay with other people? Or Meena, you want to go early? It's someone in urgency.
Uh, yeah. Nirmala, can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Because
okay, okay.
Nirmala has a lot of things to say. I know that's the reason. Let me complete mine and then I'll
Sure,
go to
sure,
top.
sure.
So you don't want Nirmala to steal your content or take your content.
No, I don't have much to discuss, Shreed. So I
All
want
right.
to hear a lot of things from her, and that's it.
Fantastic. Let's do that. Then we'll keep the star player in the last. Is it so?
Yeah, yeah.
Nirmala, sorry, we had to put pressure on you. Stay.
No worries. Go ahead.
All right. So first, good wishes, Meena, for doing this PMP.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you so much.
Sure. You're a bit excited, happy, or a big relief, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sleeping better compared to, and even on the exam day, after completing my exam day, I just woke up at 2:15. I was thinking, oh my God, my exam. And then later I realized, yes, it is. I have already completed today. Hey, I got my results, man. Sleep off. It
All
happened with me.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh man. I know the day before I spoke to you, right? The day before or
Yes.
2 days before? So
Yes. Before my exam date.
yeah, I realized that you were sense of bit pressured by the time due to all this
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I know being at a family, having office life and preparing is a challenge. So share some thought process. How was your journey and what happened in the exam?
Exam, it was a center based,
Mm,
Shri. I
mm,
My exam was a 10 to 2.
mm,
And with regards to my preparations, I followed whatever you said. It is Rita 11 Agile Practice Guide and your videos. Every now and then when I joined the class, I was listening to your videos and Rita 11 audio files whenever I was walking, cooking. Every time it was with me.
mm,
And I started taking my mocks after completion of your training. That is on December, like, yeah, December 22nd was my last
mhm,
class. And after that I started working on this 10 questions.
mm,
Okay, I took a time, almost like I have given you the plan as well. This is my plan, so I will follow that. I could not do it in the month of Jan, so Feb again I'm back to my plan. So I started taking, and I was into a buddy group of
mm.
our team. It's Robert and team, I can say.
That's the
Okay.
smartest buddy group, right? You
Oh
asked
my
for.
God, it's a wonderful team. I don't know. I probably I would have missed it if I wouldn't have joined ShriLearning. I
Mm,
wouldn't have completed, I wouldn't have cleared this PMP.
nice.
Luckily, my manager has referred for this ShriLearning.
Mm.
So he cleared PMP in 2020 and he told me
Oh,
to, yes,
okay.
Rajesh his name, and he told me to
Nice.
just join this. And yes, Robert, I mean, he told me like we will be having a buddy group and with the previous batch students as well. So
Mm,
every day we used to connect 10 to 12. We used to
mm,
discuss on this 10 days, 10 questions of that particular day. So it was a different experience altogether. I don't know I don't know how to express those because I learned a lot.
mm,
I mean, when I'm wrong, we were having a justification. When I'm right, we were having a justification within our buddy group.
mm.
Okay, so that was with regards to preparation, yes. And Robert and Nirmala in our group, they were continuously going too far in with the race. Okay, they
They,
were.
they, they are they are the one writing next Pimbok book. They are on that level, right?
Yes. No doubt in that.
I'll
So
pull
they
Nirmala
used
in
to
sometime.
take 180 mocks, even Pranshu too.
Huh?
Pranshu is also, they were taking 180 mocks, and I was literally back in that race. I used to take only 40-60 during that time. And then I just forced myself, and this is not the time, like I have to push myself and all those things. I used to connect regularly with Robert. that this is my preparation, and I was not doing that great. When first mock when I completed, it was just 48%. I was depressed, and I just sent a message to Rahul that I'm not doing, like, what do I do and all. Then he just gave me all those documents with glossaries to be reviewed, and I tried to complete Rita 11 twice.
Mm.
Okay. And Agile Practice Guide once, and then I was completely sticked on only mocks.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
second and third mock, I was just getting around, I got 63 in the
Mm.
same, and fourth, I got again 64. I wanted to hit 70. By then, Nirmala and all, they crossed almost 83, 84 and all. Okay, so
Mm.
I am
Mm.
still depressed. Somehow, I'm just managing 67. Robert, every time he used to tell me, don't go with the scores. Okay, please do whatever you're doing it, do it diligently. So I
Mm.
was like, I'm still okay. 71 was my fifth mock, and I just booked the what is it, exam date. It was on March 5th, and March 5th was Thursday, and Sunday I took a mock. It was 71%. Monday again, one more shocker. Nirmala completed her PMP exam, and it was like it was too tough paper. And then I was again, my confidence gone down. Like, oh, what if I get a tough paper?
Mm.
Then I spoke with my friends again. What do I do? Like, how do I manage all those things? Again, I read this conflict management, leadership, stakeholders management, all those things. I just re-verified. Though I know the
Mm.
concepts, I took a 10 mock, 10 questions mock. I did a thorough review on those chapter multiple times.
Mm.
Okay, and then luckily my question paper was not tough. It was
Mm.
moderate, and you told me that everyone's life is different. Everyone's life's question paper is different. Don't worry. Just go on. You are prepared and you are in the right path. Just move on. You told me that. I went with a smile on that morning. So even the center was like, the person was he was a Kannadiga basically. He spoke with me well. He
Mm.
told me, "No worries, ma'am. You just do it. Ram say nothing is gonna happen.
Mm.
Anything, please raise your hand. Let me know." That's
Mm.
what he told me. He just gave me a comfort zone. I
Nice.
was little okay, and then I started my question. And first 60 was pretty fine for me.
Mm.
I was able to complete everything within 160, and then second set I was exhausted because I start like too many things to read, and most of the
Mm.
questions were agile. I
Mm.
got two drag and drop questions. Okay, one is agile and predictive, and quality risk. Most of, I mean, conflict management also. I got few questions.
Mm.
So yes, I was like, it was too tired. I was, when I came from the exam hall, I called again Robert and Harsha. I was
Mm.
too exhausted. I'm not in a position to talk, but the question paper was moderate. I'm able to clear it. I'm thinking I am able to clear it, but it's a Mysore center, Shri, where I did not get the result instantly, so I have
Mm.
to wait for the result. And I told to Robert that I'll talk to you once I get my result. I just and luckily I got on that day 9:30 p.m. itself. I got my result.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
cleared.
So
Yeah.
the PMI send the email to you, right? The result.
Yes.
So how
10 o'clock
many
I saw.
how many times you check the mailbox that day?
No, I was expected I'll be getting it before 12 o'clock. So 10 o'clock again, I just checked by 9:30 only I got it. And then I could not sleep. I told Robert I'll take rest. I'm totally tired, but it is too tiring, Shri. It is not easy. Whoever has cleared PMP, it is not at all easy job. To be frank, I'm telling. And hats off to the people who has cleared the PMP. It is not an easy job.
So hats off to yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you have to believe you cleared. You have to pinch yourself. Oh, I cleared. I cleared. You have to tell
And
yourself
that
that
to
you're.
realize that I need one more day, because yes, and that night itself I woke up again. Oh, I have to prepare for exam. Yes.
All right. All right. Thanks
Uh,
for
li-
sharing that whole
listen,
experience.
listening to her story, I feel I should. It's detrimental to be part of that group. Robert and Nirmala
Robert and
making
group,
your
and
mind.
Robert, after clearing, he is pushing everyone to read, and he is pinging in the group literally. I don't know. I have
He's
to
here. Robert, you're here. We
Three
know that
of
you're
us,
here.
Pranshu, Meena, and myself, we are all from the same buddy group, and we cleared in a gap of 2 to 3 days. So Pranshu went first, followed by me, followed by Meena, and we all cleared.
And we have a strike rate of 100% till now, our group.
Oh, man. But in a way, it's putting pressure on Meena, right? If you all get a 80 percentage, she's also under pressure.
They were actually Nirmala was not in ShriLearning, in other exams.
Exams.
Mocks also she was taking 83, 84, and she was a rank student in our team. So I can't meet her. Let me just console myself that I am okay with 71%.
Fantastic. That's why you beat her now to give the interview first before her, isn't it? I understood the logic.
And Shri, I want to say, ShriLearning questions are more tougher than PMI. Seriously.
Don't tell this to PMI. Huh? They will ask the question from us.
No, and the questions which I was reading in my mocks, it was too lengthy questions. And in PMP exam, I did not get any lengthy questions. I was feeling okay. I'm able to manage. Yes.
Yeah, good point, Meena. Because as you know that Nirmala has a different question paper, you had a different question paper. Like this, they have 100 patterns. So we have to bring a question paper which is a mix of all these patterns. What
Yeah.
if someone gets a toughest question paper?
Correct.
So we have to prepare in that model. That's why we have to keep that kind of model. But that also helps people, right? When you go to main exam, you have seen the toughest one. Now it is okay. Kind of.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Super good, Meena. So I'm so happy that you did a good proper preparation. You had a good buddy group. So nice you recall their help there. That's very important because you could have said that I prepared myself, I cleared the exam.
No. For
That's
me, my preparation, I can say around like just 20%, and my team, I'm blessed. I got a wonderful
nice,
buddy group.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Very good, very good. Next month's salary, share half of them with them. So they'll be happy. Sorry, I didn't hear properly. Huh? What was it?
Oh my God. Okay.
All right, all right. So thanks, Meena, for coming up here, sharing your experience. Any credit to your family also who supported you?
Yes, I'll thank my husband who believed me, who trusted me that I will be clearing my PMP in first attempt.
Nice.
Okay, now he will be upcoming month. He will be a student. Okay, I told him he is in Qatar. He is working as a project manager for an MOPH.
Okay.
So he wanted to do it from long time. So I just finished my, and now he got a confidence that even if you can complete, even I can complete because I'm a project manager already.
Oh.
That's what he told me.
That's a good confidence. So he's in the current batch now, isn't it?
He upcoming batch, March.
Upcoming batch. Very good. Fine. Good. Good, Meena. Really appreciate all your efforts. And main thing I would look at from you is apply what you learn.
Yes.
I see the excitement with you. I see that you put a lot of effort, but this effort should materialize. Materialize in two ways. One is you gain value out of it. Value that could be of happiness in the job or could be remuneration also. Don't feel bad to ask about your own potential value. You can demand in the market. Also go higher in your career. That's more important. I see sometimes people feel shy to ask their more promotion. You should. It's your life, right? You have to go and ask. Until you speak, no one knows about you. So you have to speak about it. So go for it. I'm sure you'll get it.
Thank you, Shri. I'll do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks,
Thank you
Meena.
so much. Thank you.
Great. All right, that's Meena, PMP. Really excited to hear her voice. So whom to jump now? Shall we go with Pranshu? Okay. Are you okay, Pranshu?
Yes.
All right, quickly listen to Pranshu here. Pranshu, welcome
Yeah,
to
hi.
the
Thank
program
you. Thanks.
and congratulations for your PMP
Thank you.
certification.
Thank you.
One thing I see with the Pranshu is he is very much obedient student from school days, I believe. So
I'm
what he
thinking
will do is whenever he take a test, he'll put a message to me, Shri, I did this. What is next? So so every 2 days, 3 days, I will see one message from him. This I did. What is next? So he keep on asking and checking, course correcting. So Pranshu, give a little background.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I'm working in a clinical research industry in clinical trials. I'm working there as a project manager. Okay. So like in clinical research industry, we mostly follow the traditional methods. Okay. So agile is very less there. Okay. We already know the scope, the plan, all the things are there, and that we have to follow our plans, how we have to achieve our goals or objectives. But coming to the in clinical research industry, one more thing is like PMP is not a must there. Like if we see in a software industry, like PMP is required, but here it is not like that. But still, I wanted to do that, and I got your reference from one of your student, Prasad. Okay. So I just talked to him, and then he gave me your reference, and then I connected with you in the month of November. So yeah, I started from there. Coming to my preparation part, I have read this Rita book twice and the Agile Practice Guide maybe 2 or 3 times. Okay. So that is what I have done. I have given this 10 question exams, 40, 60, 180. So 180, I have given seven marks I have given. And my average was around 68, 69. So the maximum score was 73 and the minimum was 65.
That's a
So
good range.
yeah.
That's a good range.
I used to read, so I have a habit of a morning walk, okay, brisk walking is there for about 30 minutes. So during that period, I used to, that audiobook, Rita audiobook. So I used to hear from that book. So yeah, that really helped me a lot. Okay. I have prepared my notes also, chapter-wise notes I have prepared. I used to go through those notes and so whenever I have any doubts or questions, I ask to you and to Rahul also, okay? And Rahul has responded in a very well way. So he was always there to help. Whenever you call him, within 2 to 3 rings, he used to take up the call and then he used to provide the responses.
Nice.
So
Good.
yeah.
That's a good preparation. So all this groundwork done. How was your main exam itself?
So main exam was like easy to moderate. It was not that much tough. But as I was like in my time management, there was a problem. Until the end, it was problem. So in the last 1 minute, I solved my 2 questions. Okay.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, that was tight. But then, yeah, I was able to do that. Most of the questions were like about 60 to 65% were from the agile part. Okay. But one thing was there, I have seen that the PMI has like from each and every chapter, there were some questions. Okay. Like from stakeholder or communication or procurement or risk. We cannot say like this chapter is only important and this one is not. It was not like that. But yeah, so maximum question were but was from like from leadership and from conflict management. But they have touched all the chapters they have touched. In fact, quality also, risk were about 3 to 4 questions were there on risk.
Nice.
There were no drag and drop. Only 2 numericals were there. So in one numerical, I was not knowing the answer, so I have ticked C option, and the one I was doing, so I have solved that.
Okay.
Yeah, but only 2 numericals were there. But question paper was not that tough. We can say it was moderate.
Got you. So if somebody don't know what Pransh is saying here, what we discuss in the classes is, if you don't know some answer, choose C. Why? We don't know. Just choose C.
You cannot keep it blank, so you have to
Yeah,
choose
choose
one.
C is
C.
equal to correct answer.
Yeah.
So we go with
Could
C.
be. By the way, Pranshu, I think you are part of Meena, Robert, and
Yeah,
Nirmala group, right?
yeah.
Did one of you in your group leaked out? Nirmala is a heavy player. Give a tough question paper to her. You guys leaked out the data. Look
But
like.
I think like because she was a tough player, that's why she got a tough
That's
question.
why. That's why. Summer data got leaked. PMI came to know. Let's punch this woman.
But
Okay, we'll talk next to her.
she was really doing exceptionally well. 80,
Yeah.
85, like it was something else.
Yeah. Good job, Prancho. Thanks for sharing all your inputs. It's very clear that what you read, how you practice, how much you are on average, which helps you. How is your family and office? How do you manage your time
So
on reading?
actually, I work on a US shift, okay, like evening from 4 o'clock to night 1:30. Okay,
Oh,
so I
okay.
used to get this morning time to read. Okay,
Acha, okay.
okay, yeah, and like family wise, yeah, without family support, it was like impossible
Nice.
because
Good.
because we are sacrificing, but they are also sacrificing. Okay,
True, right?
so
You can't
so
go anywhere and you are stuck at home for a while. That's going to be there. Good.
yeah,
I think after your exam cleared, you took them for a party. Did you?
yeah, absolutely. And one more thing, like my daughter, she is in 10th standard. Okay, so she is preparing for her board exam. So she was preparing in other room, and I was preparing here. So I was getting company of her. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
that also like
Good.
inspired me. I cannot say inspired, but yeah, that also helped me. Like she's
It's good,
studying, I should
right?
also study. Yeah.
Your daughter is inspired by you looking at how you are preparing, right? The dedication also
Mm,
will inspire them.
mm,
Rather watching a dad sit down watching television, a dad is reading, it's inspiration for the kid, right? They will remember for life. It's interesting.
yeah.
Super
And
good, super good. Great,
and
Pranshul.
above all, thanks to you. Yeah, it was like it was not there if you were not there, because that support we get now, like that is something else. Because a
Good.
day earlier to my exam also, I we had a discussion, and you told me like just to read these things, and I read those, and I got questions from those topips, like the
Mhm.
conflict management or
Conflict
the leadership.
management.
Yeah.
Yes.
So conflict management, virtual conflict management, virtual team,
Yeah,
how to handle the
yeah,
virtual
yeah.
team. So yeah.
Yeah, on a marriage day also, somebody will tell you, talk about conflict management, read about it. Did you read it about it?
That I
Yeah,
was doing
yeah.
already.
So on any event, a big day, somebody will tell, be prepared.
Yeah.
Marriage day, exam day, conflict management.
And thanks to my buddy group. Okay, so as we
Nice,
were discussing, yeah, so
nice.
like another level of motivation.
Good, good team, good teamwork.
They have
Oop.
Shri, I want to add something. I
Uh-huh.
missed to add that. I mean, with regards to the motivational quotes which you were giving it in our sessions,
Mm-hmm.
the one which you told about mountain climbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until last day, until before entering to my exam hall, also that was tricking in my mind, stating, yeah, mountain climbing. Target is my PMP. Yes, today I have reached and I came back. I
Okay,
came
nice.
down and I just told this story to my most of my friends. Okay. So that
Okay,
was very inspirational story which you have told.
good,
Okay. And
good.
that struck me every time.
Very good,
And
very good.
probably every time whenever I do something, I will be keep remembering that story.
Nice. Good to know, Meena. Thanks for recalling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pranshul, your mic got muted for some reason.
Sorry, Pranshu. I just interfere in between.
Yeah. No, no, you're not audible. Maybe a Bluetooth connection lost or
Meena
something.
is taking all revenge now. All the study.
Uh, maybe remove the headsets, directly speak with the laptop. Maybe it'll work. Switch off the Bluetooth, directly talk. It could work. Mhm. Okay, you do sign language, we'll try to understand from you. No, we can't hear you. Yeah. Now, what happened is your Bluetooth got disconnected or it is malfunctioning. Something is happening. Mhm. Let's see how Pranshu handles the pressure. This is one of the tests for you in project
You can
management, right?
continue with me now. I'll check. I'm done. I just wanted to tell that story. I wanted to tell that today also because that motivational quote is inspiring me every time. Okay.
Mhm. Okay,
So
good to
once
know.
I'm back from mountain, if you see the people who are still whispering, and you just went and you reached the target and came back. So now I have a PMP with me. I have to
Okay,
look
good.
for a
Good
target.
job, good
Thank
job,
you.
good job.
Thank you,
Good to
Shri.
know, Meena. I think you keep up that energy. That's more important. Yeah, that's important. Okay,
Thank you. Thank
cool.
you.
So, Pranshu, don't strain much now. I understand the situation now. At least we heard you. We heard your preparation. We heard your success points. It's clear for now. And thanks for joining here. And later you can fix your headset problem. But still, at least we got the whole detail. Yeah, that's good for it. Okay. Thanks again. What I do is I'll jump to Nirmala. Meantime, if you fix it, it'll come back again. Okay. Great. All right, good. That's about Pranshi here. So time to invite quickly with Nirmala. We all talk about Nirmala. Let's listen to her. Here it is Nirmala. Hey Nirmala,
Hello.
congratulations.
Thank
Done with the
you.
PMP.
Thank
Great.
you.
Great, great. I thought you were traveling today. You are not
No,
available, right?
change of plans. So I just confirmed to Rahul that I'm joining.
For this you changed your plan?
No, no,
No.
no, 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 no.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
First, great job. And we will talk about your team preparation in a minute or so. But before that, it was a good preparation from you from the beginning of the class. I've seen you keep taking notes, observing the class very well. Also, your score starts climbing really well. We came to a stage that you start hitting the ceiling of ShriLearning. Because we don't see people crossing 65, 75. You came to 85, 83. I was like, wow, this woman is going higher and higher, right?
Yeah.
So probably when you give your presentation right now or talk about your preparation, you have to give some points which can help for the people, because I have some people who are preparing PMP started the class yesterday. They are here in this class call
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Some of your inputs can help them.
Sure.
So please give a little background of who you are and what made you to
Okay.
come to PMP.
Okay. So I work for the Renault Group. I'm basically the automotive company. My office is based in Chennai. I live in Bangalore with my family. I'm from a completely non-technical background. So I work for Global Business Services Department, and it's a support services department, not really into technical side of car making. And from an educational perspective, I've done my master's in French and I've done my advanced certifications in French. So I was a French professor before even entering the corporate. So I had no idea of PMP whatsoever, until a few years ago. But my main reason for doing this was because I'm trying to look for a job in Bangalore. I'm trying to switch domain, upskill. So I thought, let me just do this. And there's one thing, like Meena, I'd like to remember a quote that Shri had told us in class, that if you want to become a person that you've never, like if you want to do something that you've never done before, you should become a person that you've never been before. So, that
Good.
entire transformation I have seen in myself from the day I decided I'll do PMP, the classes, the post-class prep, and the day of the exam. So last year on my birthday, I paid the fees to join the training class. That was my birthday gift to myself. I'm like, let me get out of my comfort zone and see what I can do with this. And my husband was a student in ShriLearning. In 2020, he did his PMP. And he pushed me to join. He's like, just join the class and see, how it is for you. So he referred me and then I enrolled. So on my birthday, I just booked and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. But I was very apprehensive because I really had no knowledge whatsoever. But I have to tell you, those who have just joined and who are very new to this, remember one thing, that everybody is going through the same boat. So don't underestimate yourself. And two, don't go looking for a lot of information. Everything is there in the communications board. Like the ShriLearning platform really has done the groundwork for you. You don't have to waste time looking for things. It's all there. You just have to put your time into using that material well. So I'll tell you, even before I joined, even before the classes started, they will, like from Rahul and the team, you'll get this whole study plan idea and a link to communications board. And in that study plan, you'll see week 1, do this, week 2, week 3. And right at the bottom, there'll be one small line saying, it'll be good if you can read the book once before you come to class, before the classes start. So that was my first point. I had read the entire book before I even joined the first day of class. My first reading of Rita 11th edition was done before the classes started. So that, and why I did this, because I had this fear that what if I don't understand what the trainer is saying? So I'm like, let me just go a little prepared. And I did not have any pressure of finishing this within this timeline. I had the luxury of time to do it. So what I did is, oh, by the way, I have to add one more point here. My office is in Chennai. So 5 days in a month, I travel from Bangalore to Chennai. And rest of the time, I'm working from home in Bangalore. And I have a 7-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. So I need a set of parents at home to manage family. And when I'm going to Chennai for those 5 days, every minute of that travel, I would, spend in PMP prep, because I know I can't get the time when I am at home. So even before the classes started, I finished reading Rita 1. Rita first round was over. And just like 1 week before the class, Rahul would give you access to the quizzes that had opened. So by the time the class started, I was doing my second round of Rita along with the class, and I had started doing the 10 question series. the chapter wise 10 questions for every chapter. So during the class, I was like, how am I going to sit through 35 hours? But once the training is over, you realize that sitting through 35 hours is the easiest part of your prep. It's the easiest thing you can do because you are with a group of say 100 plus people. Everybody is discussing. You have the momentum going in the class, and it becomes like a routine for you over the weekend. It's really easy to attend class and just concentrate fully on the class and finish the 35 hours of attending. The hard part starts after that. So while the class is going on, through the entire week, just follow the study plan that they have, finish those chapters, try at least finishing half of that prep so that you're ready for the next session on Saturday. And you do these chapter quizzes. Now for chapter quiz, what I used to do is I had decided that I'll do 100 questions per chapter. So I would take like 10 attempts for each chapter. And the minute my score starts hitting a 7 or an 8 or a 9 out of 10, it's time for me to move to the next chapter. Till then, I would keep trying. And initially, I was not getting anything like that. I was getting like 4 or 5 or 10 after reading the chapter. And after attending the class, I would be like, I'm still at a 4, I'm still at a 5. What should I do? And then I would just keep increasing the number of questions, the number of attempts for chapter wise blocks. So that helped me really get that knowledge while the classes were still going on. People think like, let's just attend the class first, then we'll do the reading, then we'll do the, marks. It's not like that. The more you do things in parallel, it's going to be easy for you, and really you'll be able to absorb that kind of knowledge faster. Because later on it becomes difficult when you're on your own and you're preparing individually. So start doing your chapter marks while the training classes are going on. That's my first point. And try to do at least like 4 or 5 of them. If you can't do 10, at least 4 or 5, so that you get confidence with each chapter. And another thing that I really discovered during the class was Rita 10th edition. I'm like, okay, 10 attempts I've done. What do I do now? Where do I get questions from? Then I'm like, communications board, you have a soft copy of Rita 10. In each chapter, at the end of each chapter, you have questions, which are very familiar, which will look very familiar because you're reading Rita 11. So the questions are like from the chapter. It's a good revision once you've finished reading the chapter. So that helps you with knowledge prep. And after the 35 hours is over, the real struggle begins. Then you're on your own. You don't know how much time you're going to take. You're very apprehensive about the exam date, though Shri keeps pushing, like fix a date. Have you decided what is your date? But you're still apprehensive. What am I going to do? So by the time we finished, we were like mid-December, we were done with the classes. So I'm like, okay, I'll take my exam in Feb. But before that, you have this whole exam application form filling. What if it gets picked for audit? What do you do then? So I had really like chased Rahul with so many questions related to exam applications. A lot of support from him for that on that front, I would say. And towards the end of your classes, Shri would be like, try a 40, try a 60 mark. And, we would share scores on the group, and there'd be weekly assignments. See, things are already in place. You just have to do it. If there is an assignment for that week before the next class, try to do that assignment. You'll see the value of it once you are beginning to near the end of your preparation. Initially, you'll feel like, why am I doing this? I can just attend the class. Why is he asking us to do so many things? But it really helps. So do those assignments, do the quizzes, read your chapter really well. Try to think of the chapter, when you're not in front of the book. And I also used to listen to Rita 11 audio when I would be on a treadmill, or when I'm cooking, when I'm traveling in the train, when I'm going to Chennai. And like in the past 6 months, I don't remember a single day that I've not done something related to PMP. Not a single day. I've been like, I keep telling in my buddy group also, consistency is key. That's the only way. People don't lack the intelligence or the knowledge. What they lack is structure and the consistency in this whole prep journey. So I would be just like reading, and I would call this read, retain, revise. You read the chapter, you retain it through Rita 11 audio, and you revise it through the chapter quizzes. That's the only way you get a grip on the knowledge, and you get familiar with the questions. And I would say 10 series is the hardest to do. So initially you'll be very demotivated. You're like, what did I read if I'm not able to do like 10 questions? So there you really have to keep doing it, and attempt n number of times to get that confidence that yes, now I know.
Got you.
And I mean, I used to involve my kids also, like make them part of the prep. I'm like, I'm on question number 4. You don't come to me till I'm on question 6 or 8. And they would wait to see that, the color is changing in that 10 series. So you make them a part of your prep journey and not push them away. So that helps everybody get the seriousness of this. And then
Okay.
after the training is over, I started doing 40/60. 40/60, and I started reading Agile Practice Guide. That was post the whole training session. I read Agile Practice Guide once because I had no idea on Agile. I mean, I'm not from the background. Though in the classes, what is done is more than sufficient, I would say. I mean, Shri does cover a range of topics which are important in terms of, getting the Agile perspective. And there's a lot of reiteration that keeps happening in the class. But reading, it's a very easy read. If you've read Rita, Agile Practice Guide, you'll read very easily. So I read that. And then I started doing 40 and 60 in Jan. And towards the mid of Jan, I started like taking my first full mock and second mock. And I thought I will take my exam in Feb. I was almost ready to take the exam in Feb. But the problem is, again, another tip, if you are from Bangalore, please keep a tab on the availability at the center. If you're taking an exam, test center based exam, you please check the availability. It's almost like a Tatkal booking that you're doing the day you want. There is no time slot that you need, or the date that you want, it's already booked. That kind of thing will happen. So, or with my travel plan and everything, I could not get a date in Feb. I'm like, date, it's okay. I will push for one more month. But I was very particular about the time slot when I want to do the exam. I said, Robert that has done it in the morning. So I'm like, I want to do it in the morning between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Between breakfast and lunch, I want to get done with PMP and then move on in life. I don't want to carry the stress of taking it at 5:30 in the evening or later in the day. I'm like, that should be the first thing in the morning I want to clear. So I was very fixed with the time slot. And accordingly, I booked on 2nd March, I got a date for that time slot and I booked it. But I'll tell you, from Jan end to March 2, keeping up that momentum was the toughest. To be in that zone, to think of PMP, to keep your mind focused on it. When you're almost on the verge of, you feel that you're ready for the exam and you still have to stretch it that long. That was very, very, exhausting. I'm like, I just want to get done with this now. So I started doing a lot of mocks. And for mocks, I kept a ritual. Friday evening, I'll do a 60 question set. Saturday morning, I'll do the mock for 4 hours. And before Sunday prayers on Sunday, my analysis should be over so that I'm ready for the Sunday prayer session. And I would attend every Sunday prayer from the first day of my training in November till just before the exam. Whatever Sunday prayer was there, I used to attend. And I would say it's a very helpful platform for you to get a lot of inputs from people who have cleared, really. And that's how I'm like, okay, what you can do, what you cannot do. You get a lot of idea. So there also I used to be very consistent. I'm like, every Sunday prayer I want to attend. And in the 180 series, so Saturday morning I'll do it, mostly preferably between 8 to 12. If that's not possible, between 7 o'clock to 10, 11. And I would put myself in a lot of pressure situations. I'm like, what if I'm hungry, or what if I get a headache? What if I wake up at 4 and do the test? What if I don't take any break? What if I take only one break? What if I'm doing it with my kids who've just woken up and who need me? So I used to put myself in different situations, because mock gives you that opportunity to test yourself under different pressure situations, so that on the day of the exam, if something is not working, you can still map it to one mock that you've done, and that will help you sail through on the day of the exam. So with all of this done, and then again, posting all this in the buddy group with all the support of my, of this group that we created after the training classes, I was like, okay, I'm all set for the exam. And I was pretty confident that I will clear it for sure. I was pretty confident because by then I had taken 10 mocks from ShriLearning, 10 full mocks, 10 180 mocks. And I had taken 10 external mocks also, because I had an office portal in Renault Group where they had a link up with PMI. They would put 4 exams like that. So I used to do it between office hours, after I have traveled, and on the day of travel, I would do, just to see, how my mind reacts to it. And really, when you're sitting through that 180 full mocks, you're building your muscle for concentration, and that's the most important for the exam. You of course need knowledge, but you need to really prep your mind and body to sit through 4 hours and focus on those 180 questions. So for that, I used to do this, and I would do every analysis. For every full mark, I would do analysis very, very thoroughly. for right questions, wrong questions. I'd write down, notes and definitions and keywords, and I would have to read, the gaps. I'm like, okay, I need to read this topic. So I would not go back to the book really, but I would just look up on Infinity, or I'd just look up on the internet for the topics, or we would just discuss them. I'd randomly throw questions in the buddy group. I'm like, okay, tell me what is the answer for this. So we used to do all of that. After doing this, on the day of my exam, I was like 200% sure that I'm going to clear it. Just one day before, I spoke to Shri, and he said that just be prepared, because you never know with this exam. Don't underestimate PMI. And that's exactly what happened. PMI surprised me on the day of my exam with a moderate to tough paper, I have to say.
I
I
used to
was
say
like,
this.
Pranshu went before me. He said, it's very easy, very easy. Agile. Just do agile. And in my paper, I don't see agile at all. It was completely predictive. So I
I
had
used
like
to say this. It's something like meeting Mike Tyson. PMI is Mike Tyson. You
I
don't
don't
know
know.
where this
I
guy will
was
punch
like
you.
so. I was very confident. I did not get scared in the whole, 230 minutes. But I was like, where are the questions on leadership? Where is the question on conflict? Why am I not seeing, agile? My paper 60% predictive, maybe say like 30 to 40 agile, and the rest was hybrid. And Robert in our buddy group, he said, don't worry, four answers. One answer will clearly stand out. Three you can easily eliminate. Nothing was standing out in my paper, I have to say. I had two very close options, and there were questions where, usually if you, by the end of your prep, you get so used to looking at terms, and just with keywords, you can catch in the answer. In mine, the question was long, the answers were also long. So if you have like a term like Monte Carlo analysis, or you have analogous estimation, they are not using the term, they are using the definition of the term. So it would be like, okay, refer to a previous project for this, or say, like, do a variation to see, to explain the term, they would be using a definition. So if you've not done glossary even once, that's a drawback. You should be doing
Okay.
the glossary once, just to know the explanation of the terms, not just the terms, but the explanation of the terms. That will help you to. So you have to read the. I reached the point in the exam where I was reading the question twice. I'm reading the answer also twice, and I'm trying to see which word is this, and then I am deciding the answer. So that takes a while. So if you don't have speed, then you're already putting yourself under pressure. And if you
Since you said about the exam now, since you're talking about exam, I first like the whole preparation part. Okay, you did a good groundwork now. Irrespective of doing such a groundwork, main exam you said bit tough now, right? So this will definitely challenge your time management. The first 60 questions, how much of time it consumed?
So I had done this whole 85, 80, 75, 75. Based on previous Sunday prayers, I was following the same pattern. But I was also sure that I should not be staying on one question for more than 1 minute. I would be very, very strict with myself. I'm like, if I don't know something, then just mark and move on. Don't keep it unanswered, because there's really no negative marking. So there's no point in leaving a question unanswered. Just mark something, move to the next, move to the next. Don't dwell on one question for a long time. That was my first point. And in my practice questions, I used to see how I score if I flag questions and if I don't flag them. And in almost every practice mock I'd seen, if I'm not flagging, I would be losing points. So I was in the habit of flagging them, going back to reviewing them, and then moving to the next set. And I was very clear that if it's a 10 minutes break, I'm not going to use the entire 10 minutes. I'll use, say, 4, 5, maximum 6 minutes, and by then I should be back to the desk. Because it takes a while for you to go to the washroom, go to the locker, eat that chocolate, come back, get your ID card checked, and then you're at your seat. So you should give yourself like 1-2 minutes for that. So they say it's a 10-minute break, but if you're done in like 4-5 minutes, then you're safe. And then you get a minute to relax, and then go back into the next set. So first 60 was easy. But the second 60 blew my mind. By 120, I was zoning out. I'm like, I just want to finish this. When is this going to get over? But again, after 120, it starts getting tough. You begin to get a headache. You are exhausted. The fatigue kicks in, and you have to pull yourself back, saying, okay, let me just not lose the momentum, and I need to just finish till 180. So it becomes very, very tiring by then.
So when you complete the full exam, how much time you had?
I had 52 seconds remaining. And
Okay.
I was a person who never had a shortage of time in the 20 full mocks that I had done. So
Okay.
not to
So it's
scare, but I'm telling you, you need to be, don't under prepare. If you have the luxury of time, go well prepared for the exam so that any kind of paper you're able to handle. If you are under prepared and if you go for if you happen to, see a question paper like this, you will have tremendous pressure. That's for sure. For
good.
sure. Okay,
Yeah,
because I'll tell
that's a
you,
good
I
point.
had 4 questions of multiple choice, where you have to choose between four, like choose two and choose three. I had most of my questions from predictive. I had questions from schedule management. Really, I'm like, who's asking this? Because in the last 10 Sunday prayers, everybody kept saying agile, agile, agile. But I did not get a paper that was
So
tilting towards agile.
someone targeted you.
I don't know. I had
It's
something
a,
on procurement. I had a question even on AI, like your company is developing an AI
it looked
agent
like
and
a planned surgical strike on you.
I don't know. And then on my day one, I had told Shri that I don't like calculations. Okay, I don't want calculation question. And till my paper, everybody's like, yeah, yeah, you'll not get anything, nothing on calculations. I had 4 questions which were interpretation of numerical questions, not direct calculations, but interpretation of 4. I'm like, what is this? This is so unfair. I'm getting predictive and schedule, and but
Right.
as I would like to repeat, just like what Pranshu said, you have to be thorough with every topic. You cannot say, they won't ask this, they won't ask it. They're touching
Yep.
on everything. But there'll be a dominance for certain topics. In mine, risk, 6 to 7 questions on risk, and then quality, schedule management. These were like really, and so many questions on ground rules and working agreements, project charter, team
Good.
charter, these kind of topics. But
Good.
nothing on leadership, nothing on conflict, and a few on hybrid. Those were there. But it was pretty interesting. And then I cleared. But when I cleared, I was not happy because I did not get above target, above target, above target in all three. So PMI gives you an email, okay, saying you have to give a feedback on the exam. So I said PMI should allow people who have cleared the exam to retake it if they want to improve their grades. Then my husband is like, even if you want to do, we are not ready to put up with this for another 4 months. Just be happy because the world sees if you have only cleared it or not. It's pass or
Yes.
fail. Nobody's going to ask you what is your
Yes.
score. Nobody's going to ask. So
It's
your
not
target,
about what you got. It's something like a doctor is a doctor,
yes,
Yes.
right?
yes,
And how
yes,
do you practice over a period of time? You become a good doctor, a bad doctor.
yeah,
Your doctor certificate not prove after 10 years. The way
yes,
you practice proves it's okay, but you did a good job. You did your part really well. So feel
yes.
happy for it.
So
Nice.
yeah, so now what we do is in the buddy group, we are pushing people who are yet to book the date. So we keep pushing people to just do it. We motivate them. We discuss questions. So it's
Good.
almost a ritual. And I have to say, once you've cleared your PMP, you're really not out of that zone because you're so used to studying. You feel like there's a void and you want to do something related to it. So you keep studying. Now I'm looking up PMP in French. I read those topics in French. So, it's a different zone that I am altogether in because I mean, I want to see how it's viewed from
In
the French
French.
perspective.
I'm curious to know, PMP in French is there?
Yeah, yeah, they have like prep
Good.
and
Instant
next
prep.
language options.
Wow.
Great.
So,
You don't want to go out of PMP.
no, it's just interesting to see, from that perspective as well.
Okay,
So,
understand.
At least
Understand.
in that
Good.
she want above target in all the domains.
God.
but
All
but
right.
the
All right.
entire journey just transforms you for sure, and you
Uh,
Good.
become more
Good.
confident
See,
and
I'm not getting people are doing 10 mocks and all prayers and all. I rarely attended your prayer sessions. I did only 3 mocks or at the most 2 mocks in PMP.
it
I
really
got
depends on
above
the
target
time.
also. I'm just wondering how
But
people are doing
Atira,
10 mocks. Yeah.
those days, I don't think we had this much regular calls of Sunday prayers. And the time when you were doing PMP, we don't have this much. But again, yeah, it depends, right? Each question paper is different. Like Meena said, for her, every question was smaller.
That's true.
Yeah.
Someone else get bigger, so you have to be prepared. That's what the message is. Yeah, yeah. Good, good. Thanks, Atira, for sharing
Good,
that
good,
point.
good, Nirmala.
Yep. Good.
Yes.
So Nirmala, thanks a lot for giving all this valuable inputs. What I see here is you put enough effort of preparation and groundwork, which also helped you on a toughest situation. I think at least I see that perspective. And I also like that in those 4 hours of time, even the paper was tougher, you didn't give up. You were playing till the last ball of the game and trusting the process, and it worked for you. I do have some failures reported. I'm not talking only success here, right? There are some people who could not clear the exam. It happened recent days. When I hear from them, they say that in the exam hall, they're really totally out of the mind reading the question. They can't even relate anything with the book. The reason is someone who read only at the high level, go to the main exam, and they have faced that kind of question paper, what you said, they lost the exam. They say that, Shri, I really lost the hope on the exam because it's super tough. So we have some people who had this problem. So you come across that, which is a good thing. So feel happy for what you've done.
Yeah.
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 Okay, great. And credit time. Would you like to give credit to your family who
Oh,
supported you?
yes, definitely. First and foremost, to my children to just allow me the time to prep. My husband, my parents, my in-laws, definitely my family for,
Nice.
giving me the time and space to do this. And then to the entire buddy group, Robert in particular, to push me to book the date. I was very, very
Hmm.
anxious when I should do it. It was like, just book the date and then back calculate from there. So and all my friends from the buddy group, it'll not be nice if I forget someone's name. So just I'm saying that that entire group stuck and we prepped and we used to look forward to Rahul putting up those 10 questions in the WhatsApp group, and every night we would discuss, and it would be very interesting to listen to people's
Yep.
perspective, and we would fight for our answer. We would be like, no, I'm just going with this
Good.
and I'll defend my answer and I'll convince everyone, even if it's a wrong answer, I'll be like, no, this is the answer. So good fun we had, and
Hmm.
after a person clears the exam, we would celebrate in the group. So I
Good.
think till the time you are in the training class, it's easy. After that, for those who are new joiners here, my only suggestion is create a group, align with people who are trying to take the exam on the same date as you are, even if it's from different cities. But try to form a group that will help and that will push you to do your best. That
Good.
really helps.
Good.
And a
Thanks.
big shout out to you, Shri. I mean, what could I do if it was not for your motivation, your belief, and your push constantly telling me that no, you do this, go for the next challenge. If you've hit 75, go for 80, go for 85. And I would be like, really, can I do this? But I was also pleasantly surprised that yes, I could. And that really pushed me and built a very good confidence in me to do. And Rahul, again, special thanks to Rahul, because by the end he had given me access to a new format. He's like, we're developing this, so try and give your feedback. So all that was fun. By then I was tired of seeing questions that were repetitive. So he's like, okay, you do from this. So he gave me that access, and I'm glad that I could be a part of that whole building
Good.
system. Yeah.
Nice. Good. Good
All these
story,
inputs
Nirmala.
good for Rahul to increase his increments from Sri sir.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good. And thanks, Nirmala, for coming up here. I too saw a message from your husband also saying that, hey, good, she too cleared PMP. Then I was saying that's a PMP family. Now you people
It
are so
is.
good.
It is.
Yeah,
I
good.
told like we compare ShriLearning from 2020 to 2025, how people compare Rita 11 to Rita 10 and Pinbox 7 to Pinbox
Yeah.
6. So we
Yeah.
are like, okay, what has changed in ShriLearning? And really, like, I never thought I would enjoy it so much as I did. The entire journey of, from the prep to class to clearing the exam, I think it's been wonderful.
Nice.
Very enriching, I have to say.
Super, Nirmala. Thanks a lot, Nirmala. That was a good, long information about what all you did. I'm sure people listening this will take some inputs from this, right? So
Yeah.
keep inspiring, be part of the Elite community. And as I always say to everyone here, please apply what you learn. That's more important. So let's one more time invite the people to congratulate to them. Then I jump to the subject discussion. I have all four people who joined today. So here is the four people, star people today. We have three of them cleared PMP, and Atira is a person who did PMP already. Now she did PMI ACP. So one more time, round of applause for these people. Great job, guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Good job. Celebrate.
Best
Celebrate
wishes
it
to all of you.
perfectly.
Yes, all the best, everyone.
All the
Fine.
All
best.
the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Good, right? Listening all the success points makes it really great. Nice.
Shri, one
Uh,
last thing, one more
mm,
thing I want to say.
mm,
Sorry,
mm,
I'm taking time.
mm,
Recently, we joined the Bangalore chapters, okay, PMI
mm.
footprints, and we saw many of them from Sri Learning. Okay, many
Oh,
people, and they
nice.
were surprised. Like someone from the PMI footprint, they asked, "What is Sri Learning?" It's a group. It's a I mean, Most of them were from ShriLearning from 2020, 21, and we used to meet
Nice.
many people from ShriLearning.
Nice. Next time, Rahul has to give some sponsored t-shirt, ShriLearning t-shirts.
Yeah, that would work, I guess. Yes, yes, yes. And
So,
they told we are all from ShriLearning. They were telling actually, and I was still a new person. I didn't complete by then a PMP. I was not into that group.
That's a good
so
idea, marketing. I mean, you give us those t-shirts and we'll wear.
It's a
we'll do that.
very big group. Probably Robert can add some more.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Good, good. Thanks for letting know. Thanks for letting know.
Thank
Good.
you.
So now I have one person putting hands up, maybe related to exam questions. Ashish, you have something?
Yes, Shri. I think two things. One is about the center. Do they allow water with us, or is it like only during the break you can?
Standard rule is they don't allow you to take the water bottle. Standard rule in the
Oh,
exam hall is your pocket should be empty. You cannot
okay.
carry anything inside except your ID card and the locker key. This is a standard
Okay.
rule. On exceptional cases, for example, you're sitting in Saudi Arabia or in
Mhm.
Dubai somewhere, it's a super warm weather and people
Yeah.
easily get dehydrated, even though you sit
Mhm.
in an air-conditioned room. Sometimes they allow you, that too should be a transparent water bottle, should
Okay.
be visible. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
It means they want to know what you drink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
no, that is
so
fine.
they should know about it. It's a very rare scenario. If not,
Mhm.
you're not allowed to carry anything inside the exam hall. But if you
Okay.
are thirsty, you can put your hands up. The
Mhm.
invigilator keep watching you in the camera, whether an exam center or a home-based exam. If it's exam center, if you put your hands up, you're allowed to walk out and drink a water. So
Okay.
this is allowed at the exam center. So answer
Yeah,
your
that
question,
is.
bottle not allowed inside.
Yeah, that is fine. Thank you very much. And one last thing, during those 10 minutes break,
Hmm.
is it like if you do less break, will you get more time in exam, or
No,
is it?
no, it's a 10-minute allocated. If you use it
Oh,
or not, it is gone. Your exam
okay.
is only 30 minutes. That's what given to you. They won't give any
Okay. So
extra.
they will start again the next cycle from the
Exactly,
60 minutes after
exactly,
that. Okay.
exactly. Good.
Okay, that is fine. Thank you.
Good. Right. We listened to a few people about the success. What we'll do is quickly listen to people who are going for the exam. Then I have the next section, how to solve a PMP question. I have a question with me. We have to discuss about it. So before you go there, let me listen to the people who are going for exam. Is anyone here going for exam in the month of April or March? Who have registered for the exam?
I'm planning, Shri. I have given
Ah,
my first mock only, but I was earlier planning end of March, 31st or
mm,
something. But
mm,
then due to the, like my travel will be to India, so I have to
mm.
decide based on the war and all.
Okay.
So I haven't booked
Okay.
it yet. But
Okay.
April
But
second week mostly.
you're progressing towards it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going. That's Ashish. Anyone else have a booked your exam date?
I haven't booked it, but it's planned for 25th of April. Shashi this side.
Right. Shashi,
Yeah,
right? Shashi from
right.
previous batch.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yeah.
if it is 25th of April, how much of book reading is done, percentage wise?
So yeah, so I did close to 50% and above. I mean, I would say 60, 55% of the book reading is done.
Acha.
I've completed 40 mocks for thrice
Okay.
till date, and the 10
Okay.
marks also is I'm completing. But that score is between 65 is what the
Okay.
score
That's
is.
good.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you taking time to analyze the questions after the exam?
Yes, yes, I'm doing that probably, but I'm getting stuck with questions, with more towards agile charts and all. So
Okay.
this is where something I'm getting stuck. So that analysis is something I am
Keep going.
still figuring it out. Yeah.
Don't be so urgent to take too many exams. It's
Hmm.
okay to take time to analyze the questions very well,
Yeah.
understand the detail, then go to next exam. It's okay to
Right.
delay because April 25 is a good time. But
Hmm.
keep in mind, at least by March 30, 31st, your book reading should have been done.
Yeah.
And April 1st, you should start your full exams.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Mhm.
there's IPL disturbance also coming in, so be watchful on that factors. And you can't
Not a
deny that, right? You may
not a
watch
big
few
cricket fan.
matches.
Not a big fan.
Okay, that's okay. Fine. I
Yeah.
try to capture all this information, any officer travel, plan
Yeah.
accordingly, and then prepare
Yeah.
it. Let's
Yeah.
be realistic, right? We have to
Right.
make a realistic plan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
good. Nice. Keep going. By the way, sorry, Sashi, you have to put an Excel sheet and you have to note down what test you took,
Hmm.
what is your percentage, how much
Yeah.
time you took. You have to record
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that when you share with me, I can know where you are standing.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right, then let's go to
Shri,
Sundararaman.
I had a question, but can I
Hmm.
keep it in the last? It's more toward a
Yeah, yeah.
subject.
Sure, sure. You can. You can.
Okay. So can I go ahead? Or
No, no, we'll keep it in the last.
okay, sure, sure. All right.
Okay. I listen to Sundaraman.
Yeah, I have booked my date on May 14th as well.
May 14th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I have completed the book reading of around 60 to 70%.
Okay.
And I have taken 40 to 60 marks 2 times. And I'm taking the chapter-wise test on each and every chapter once it gets completed.
Okay.
So that's how
Okay.
the preparation right now it is going on.
How is
So
it in the 60 question exam? How you are scoring there?
50% or 55% right now.
55. Okay. Are you feeling that is good for your preparation, or you're feeling it's low?
Most of the questions what I have is like some of the chapters which I have not yet covered. So those are
Ah.
the questions which
Hmm.
we were not able to make it
Okay.
up. So I
Okay.
thought like once I complete the data, I think I can able
Okay. Okay. Keep up that preparation. As I said, put a sheet and record what you're doing, so it'll help us. May 14 is a good time. Let's see how you're preparing. If your scores are scaling up high, you can even pre-pone write the exam. That's also possible. But let's keep it as May 14 and start the preparation.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, good. All right. So I don't see any other person who's booked the exam right now. So what we'll do is we'll go to the subject. Shashi, I'll come to your question after I discuss the subject. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Today I have something about the agile. So is there anyone here from the current batch? Someone from the recent batch PMP, which just started yesterday? Some people are here.
Yes, Shri, I'm your Siddhi.
Okay, nice, nice, good. Did you gain something out of the people who spoke about the exam? Was it useful?
Yes, absolutely. It was very useful,
Mm-hmm.
especially what the last part of the session was, where she told us about how to go about it, how to plan, how she read the book earlier before the
Mm-hmm.
class, and how she managed everything. It was
That's
really
important.
helpful.
Very good, very good. Nice to know. Good to know. Kushbu, you have something to share. I see your hands up there. Okay. I think your mic has some trouble. So what I do is I'll take the subject. Oh,
I
sorry, go ahead.
will. I just started study Shri, so it was very interesting,
Nice to know.
and yeah,
Good.
and to see that how prepared she was, and still how difficult
Yeah, yeah. The
exam was and
exams are like
everything.
that. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
exams are like that. Sometimes it's a tricky, not in our control.
true, true.
All right, guys. So this a Sunday prayers goes 1.5 hours sometimes. Sometimes it go even 2 hours, depending on how many people come to speak about the success. All right. We have 3 sections. One section is about the success, what we heard. Now let's go to the third section on the subject part. Let's take next 15-20 minutes to talk about a subject plus a question related to the subject. Some of us are very good in agile. Some of us don't even know what is called agile. Now, look at this picture. Share your interpretation. Any one word in this you are aware of it. Let know what is your interpretation of this picture. Any thoughts? If somebody is working in agile, you read the book in agile, what you're seeing in this picture?
That overall there is agile umbrella which has got one is like individual projects and one where the program is there which is using multiple teams, and that's where you will get scaled agile basically, where you can meet multiple teams, agile
Okay.
activities and then together.
Okay. So agile umbrella comes in. So when I say agile umbrella, can I call this as a agile mindset? What we heard in the classes?
Yeah.
Mindset, or it's a philosophy. Huh? It's a philosophy. So now, thanks for sharing that, Ashish. So point here is agile is a broad section. It talks about a philosophy or a mindset. Primarily, they talk about a customer focus. Okay, the customer centricity or a customer focus or customer satisfaction. Different terms are used. For example, if you read the first principle of agile, it says our highest priority is to satisfy the customer. They didn't tell which industry. They didn't tell how you satisfy, but they give an idea. You deliver a early value delivery to the customer. So let's use a very normal English words and terms here. We are talking about customer satisfaction, which we get in the survey. When I get a survey, there is a NPS score. I want a smiley face from the customer. See what product you are delivering. any product in the world, when I deliver to someone, and if that person is happy enough on what we delivered, I'm sure I'm doing something good in a product or a project. You can follow waterfall model, plan driven model, agile model, whatever model you want to follow, you can follow. However, in the last 20-25 years, what they're saying here is using agility makes close connection with the customer. So this picture, I'm not going to explain what is agile. If somebody don't know what is agile, which is part of our classes, you will listen in the coming weeks. That's not the goal here. The goal here is under the agile umbrella, which means agile mindset, certain methods, certain frameworks exist in the world. Like what we heard now, there are popular methods or frameworks exist in the world like a Scrum, like Kanban, like extreme programming, or someone if you heard about it, there is something called FDD, feature driven development, or test driven development, which is part of XP. So these all ways of doing the job, the ways of execution. On the right side, what you see here, rightly we heard, this is a scalable. When I say scalable, more than one team or a group of teams has to work towards one initiative. It is not always we'll have 5 people, 6 people working in a project, right? It could be teams of teams can be there. When you have a teams of teams, what will happen is we have to use the word scale. I'm sure you heard this word scale. Scalability or scaling, which has to be a bigger in size. If I go to project management study in PMP, you have project, you have program management, portfolio management, a structural way of approaching. Then how do you do in Agile? In Agile also, I need that kind of teams, groups of teams joined together to deliver something. So what do? You have something called scalability, scaled Agile or called large scale Scrum, discipline Agile. I don't want you to go too detailed into that, but at least have a base idea. Agility is a broad mindset, customer satisfaction. How to bring customer satisfaction? Bring through better way of execution. Now, I should ask this question. In Agile books, you will see two words are being used predominantly. One, they call as a term framework. Another term they'll use call methodology. Okay? Methodology. Now, question to people, what is the difference between the word framework and methodology? Do anyone know what is the difference between these two words? At least from Agile perspective, if somebody uses Agile already, what is the difference between framework and methodology?
Framework is like external or outside how the things will should looks like, and methodology is like how you are doing them exactly in the way.
How you're doing? I think you are close to that, which means you're saying that framework explains what to do and methodology
The
will tell
process.
and how to do the process, right? Step by step
Yeah.
process. Can you say step by step process?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put those things together. Okay, thanks. You all say the right answers. Let me put point here. If you look at the watch of the screen here, in Agile framework, we have Agile methodologies. Both are there. Let's go one by one. A loose, incomplete structure. We usually call Scrum. Scrum, you can see here, Scrum, Kanban, Crystal, some of these names fall under a category called framework. What is a framework? A framework will tell what exists or what to do. In Scrum, they tell that there is a person called Scrum Master. There is a person called Product Owner. And they have somebody called development team members. In Scrum, they say that we have a daily stand-up. Have you heard this daily stand-up? Daily stand-up. And they have something called sprint planning. And we have something called retrospective. Retro. Then we have something called review. Now, what are we doing here? We are telling what all exists here to be very agile for what? To satisfy the customer. How to satisfy the customer? It is given here as a framework. A framework is a structure which tells certain role exists, certain event exists, certain outcome exists. This is what it will tell. But will it tell you exactly line by line what to do? Answer is no. They will tell 15 minutes of daily stand up. People can talk to each other, resolve their problems. But in this 15 minutes, what all you have to do? No one will tell you. They leave it free. It's up to you. In sprint planning, you have to plan what you have to do for next 2 weeks of time. Exactly how you have to do the planning. No, they will not tell you line by line. A review should happen this way. Retrospective should happen this way. A Scrum, Kanban, or a Crystal, or a framework, especially Scrum is a framework which gives an idea what all exist. In fact, in Scrum, we use this a terminology called 353. Do anyone know 353 in Scrum? What is 353? 353? They call 3 roles or accountabilities: Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Development Team. What are 5? 5 events exist in Scrum. The events could be Scrum sprint itself, and then you have sprint planning, daily stand-up,
Sprint reviews.
retrospective, or review. Five events. Then what is the last 3? What is the last 3? Have you heard about artifacts?
Yes.
Artifacts, product
Yes.
backlog, sprint backlog, and increment or delivery. So which means they call 353. The 353 is a given, which means we tell what, but the Scrum keep it open. It is up to the team. How do you do daily stand-up? How do you do sprint planning? How do you do retrospect? It's up to you. And that's why in Scrum they use the word empiricism. Have anyone heard this word empiricism? Empiricism is knowledge gained through experience. People practice it. While practicing, you learn, oh, let's do this way. Oh, let's do this way. But we stay inside the framework. The framework says a 15 minutes stand up. The framework says this is a planning. The framework says this is a retrospective. But how do you do this? The recipe, the cookbook. The cookbook is up to you. And this is why Scrum got very popular in the market, because it just gave a framework. It's up to you guys to decide how to do. This is also another reason it is screwed up in many companies. Because if you don't have a proper qualified agile person in your company, somebody just got Scrum certificate, became a Scrum Master, the whole system screws up because they don't know how to do this process, right? On the other side, if you say methodology, can you see this term called step by step? Step by step. It is called a cookbook. If anyone heard about the term cookbook, in every company will have something called cookbook. Cookbook means step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Every step is given. For example, if I go to extreme programming, they will tell how to do pair programming. You may not be a software engineer, but I'm just telling the term. They use a pair programming. They call test driven development. What exactly you should do, it will be written there. Which means in Agile umbrella, we have certain things called a framework which tells what to do. Leave it free, up to you. How do you do it? In same Agile umbrella, we also have methodologies like extreme programming or any other way where they're very specific on the steps. But is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. The mindset is customer satisfaction. To reach customer satisfaction, you can use framework, you can use methodologies, up to you. Now, question to you. What do you think about plan-driven approach? Is it a methodology or is it a framework? When I say plan-driven approach, a waterfall model or a proper plan-driven predictive model, is it a methodology or a framework?
It's a methodology.
It's a methodology. They tell that you have to use analogous estimation, you have to use a parametric estimation, you have to do critical path method, you have to do, they tell step by step. But is it needed? Yes, some project needs it. Some project needs it, right? If you remember in the class somewhere we learned Stacy graph. How many of you remember Stacy graph? We discussed about what to do. What is the other side?
How to do.
How to do. See, when I am in this place, I will use adaptive approach, isn't it?
Yes.
Adaptive. When I'm here, what I will do?
Predictive
Approach, which means I can use a methodology because I already know what to do, how to do. I can go step by step. Okay, let's forget predictive approach for a while. Let's come to Agile umbrella. If someone confused reading the book, in Agile umbrella, they will tell framework, they will use the word methodology. You'll be confused. If you are confused like that, a framework is something says what, they leave it free. Whereas a methodology will tell step by step. For this, I'll give some example for you. In a project management, at least in a Scrum way of working, what they will tell here is a structured approach will be given to the whole team. Hey, we are going to follow adaptive nature. In this, a Scrum is a framework, we can take it. From Scrum framework, it's up to your teams. It's a 2-week sprint, 3-week sprint, 4-week sprints. We're going to have a daily stand-up. You can decide morning what time you want to meet. Planning session will happen 1.5 hours, 4 hours, or 3 hours. What to discuss, you guys can decide inside that. Sprint review can have a demonstration. It's up to you to decide how to do that, which means the how factor is everything is given to the team. And it is called a transparency. It's called openness. It's called psychological safety. People feel safe to make their own decision. The Scrum caught a popular high and high in the world is because they talk only what and when. They don't talk about how factor. When you put a how factor, sometimes people don't like it in a project where uncertainty is very high. If uncertainty is a bit less in your project, then you should also know how to do this. So you cannot tell this is wrong, this is right. There are few methods, frameworks available in the market. You have to pick up what is useful for you. Okay, did you got the meaning behind framework and methods right now? Let's learn something more on this now. Now, lightweight approach. Now, Scrum and Kanban focus more on making the flow keep happening, which means they kept a very lightweight method. Don't want to stress too much on all the factors. If one of you have a time, read the Scrum guide. Have you heard about Scrum guide? In 2020, they published it. Have anyone heard about it? Scrum guide? Okay, if you're not heard about it,
Yeah.
right? Time permits, open it. It's only 10 or 12 pages. In the Scrum guide, they will tell that purposefully Scrum is kept as incomplete. They'll use the word incomplete, which means Scrum only tells what to do. They will not tell how to do. This is totally ignored. The reason is they kept it open because they believe you are all KW. What is KW? Knowledge workers. As a knowledge worker, you will apply something called empiricism. If somebody don't know, empiricism means you gain knowledge through experience. So Scrum purposefully kept it open because you do that, you learn that, right? Now, whereas if you go to XP or other parameters, heavily on technical excellence, they talk about how do you do step by step. Why I have to explain this to you is the more you know this, you have to choose which one will suit in for your company. If you put a framework as methodology, if you look at here, if you see here, they give a skeleton for you, whereas they use a manual for you, right? So if you say it's a 15 minutes of daily stand-up, but doesn't tell you exactly how to talk. No one explains you how to talk. It's up to you. They give a guidance. What happened yesterday? What I will do today? What can happen tomorrow? Is it a mandatory rule? No, it's up to you. No one pushes you what you have to talk. You can talk what you like to talk, but keep it 15 minutes. Don't go beyond that. What will happen if I go beyond that? Somebody will punish me? No one is going to punish you. It's a recommendation. Thing is, if you keep it that free enough, people can decide what they want to do. But you need a proper scrum master, project manager in a place. If this person is not clear on the knowledge, this meeting can go for 45 minutes and it could waste a whole team members' time. In the next retrospective, team has to sit and talk. Guys, in the name of daily stand-up, we are wasting a lot of time. How can we minimize it? And that learning procedure is what called empiricism. You learn and you improve and you go better on the next time. For with this reason, Scrum and Kanban, these all goes into framework model. Where I go to methodology, it's a very much a manual oriented. It provides a high level of discipline and specific technicals how to do. Specifically, they tell this is what you have to do. Both has its plus and minus, and we have to choose accordingly. Why I brought this Agile umbrella for you now is I didn't show everything under Agile because under Agile we have many methods and many frameworks available. However, I want you to get this idea Agile is a philosophy. The philosophy is customer satisfaction. That's the whole purpose. Make people happy. But see, how to make happy? Understanding their requirements very well, delivering quality product to them, consistently listening to them and giving incremental deliverable. That's more of agile thought process. How can I do this? I can use a scrum, kanban, xp, whatever method which is helpful for you. But understanding that the umbrella philosophy below that all these methods going to help will help you for the examination, because in PMP examination they are not going to ask you specifically what you do in XP, what you do in Crystal, what you do in Scaled Agile, but at least they want to know, are you getting the mindset of agility of customer satisfaction? Are you aware of what is a framework, what is a methodology? If that clarity is there, you could answer many questions. I have a couple of questions to discuss. Before that, Kushbu, I'm seeing still your hands up there. Maybe you have a question for me, or it is the previous one. Okay, then I pull it down. I have a question. Let's go and we'll discuss this question. Here is a question for you. Please read this question. Let know your answers in the comment section. People watching from YouTube, you can leave your answers in the comment section. Okay, I got some answers right now. Let me invite one of you to give idea. Sumita Devang. I see your name there. Are you, if you are on the mic?
Uh,
Okay,
Hi,
good.
Shri. Good
Hey,
evening. Actually,
good.
I'm not very sure on this, but then, the basic understanding of the Agile,
That's
because
okay.
I just joined the class yesterday.
That's okay.
So
That's
what I
no
understand
worries.
is like considering they are already into the model where it has been worked successfully. So, going back to like if I, the way what you had mentioned yesterday, eliminating the stuff. So the A doesn't consider because it's like, coordinating with the 15 different teams is not actually the feasible thing. The B, where going back to the waterfall method is
Okay.
like, not the right way, like, changing the whole structure
Okay.
again.
You feel that's it's going to cost heavily, right?
Right.
So now if you chart here, okay, thanks for that point. Let me, you see any keywords in this question itself? You are a project manager with a small software
So
development team that has successfully used a Scrum, a lightweight approach for the past 6 months. It
past
look
six
like they
months,
have experience in Scrum for last 6 months.
6 months, right.
Decides to
And
expand the
expanding the
initiative. You are now
initiative.
asked to coordinate 15 different teams. So one is becoming 15 now.
Right.
The stakeholders are concerned about maintaining alignment. It's, I think, valuable concern, right?
Right.
Maintaining alignment. 15 teams aligning is tricky. What should the project manager do next to this project structure? So you used elimination technique.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you saw C is a good answer. Implement a robust scaled approach, such as scaled agile framework, to provide a structured way to align. I think this could have tempted you, saying you look a good answer.
Right.
Okay, good. Thanks for that answers. I appreciate it. Then what I do is I'll pull one other person to explain. Thanks for that, Sumi. I'll go to Amit. Amit, if you are on the mic, what is your thought in this question?
I feel like I use the mm, it,
Hmm.
it's like kind of I use the elimination technique where I found C is the right option where we can scale upscale and use the same framework. But I was not sure because it's a small software development company, so making it. But still, it looks like the elimination technique looks like the C is the right answer.
Okay. Just to inform you, when we say 15 teams, a Scrum team can be 9, 10 people. So 15 teams multiplied by 10 people could be nearly 150 people as a group. Could be like this.
Okay.
So now 150 people aligning is a bit of a challenge. In this 150 people, some could be even a hardware related, some could be software related, some could be different teams also. We don't know. A mix of team. So by elimination technique, you go there. Okay, that's a point I observed. Thanks for that. Any other? Why you eliminated A? Any thoughts behind that? Why you thought A could be not a great answer?
Because managing each team independently will be difficult actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But holding a weekly meeting won't help. You think so?
Then the process will take a lot of time. The once in a week, it's like till we
Okay.
get to something,
Mm,
some final decision, it will take a whole week's time to turn
mm,
over. If it
mm.
is something urgent, you can do it in one day, same day when the framework is the same, right? So it
Nice.
feels like you can
Nice.
just go to the framework and reach out to the framework and see what has happened
Okay.
out there. So
Okay. I'm seeing the key from you is alignment, the word alignment. The more these people
yeah,
are aligned, it goes well, right? That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
yeah.
Since thanks for that answer, Samit. So since everyone went with the C, then I'll disclose the answer. The answer goes like this: C. Good choice from the people who chose the answer. So let's understand it is. The scenario describes a classic scaling challenge. In exam hall, if you see something like this, it's about the scaling. What is scaling? A Scrum is excellent for a single team. Not only single team, even 2, 3 teams can go for it. Even 4 teams max you can go. Beyond that, it starts getting tougher. It does not inherently provide a tool needed to synchronize 15 different teams. Here it gets challenging. When it gets bigger and bigger, you need a framework to handle. A framework is a structural approach, which means, as shown in your agile umbrella, SAFE is more robust approach, right? Which talks about go beyond one team and you align with all the teams, which means agile release train. Some of us may not be aware of it. There is something called agile release train, a systematic approach. When the number of people goes higher, there could be more of communication channel. In project management, you learn something called communication channel. When I say communication channel, when 10 people are there, yeah, there is a formula n into n minus 1, where you go by the formula, number of communication between these people starts getting broader and broader and wider and wider. If you don't have a framework, your system will shake. Your base will have a problem. Like what happened in India or China, when the population is high, you need a different mindset, different framework to handle that country. You cannot copy what is from the Western world. Western world is a lesser population. That's a different society. You cannot copy that for the country where you live. You have to think in a different way how to handle this framework. And that framework should be formed correctly. If not, your whole system will shake. So that's what they're talking here. Scaling is different. So Scrum is a nice framework, fantastic. Whereas a scaled agile or there is something called large scale Scrum LESS is there. There is something called discipline agile. Should I expect heavy questions in PMP exam? The answer is no, because PMI want to know, are you aware of scalability? Are you aware of scaled agile, large scale Scrum, discipline agile? basic knowledge, not too detailed into that, but be aware of it. If you're going for PMI ACP exam, Agile Certified Practitioner, then they go deep inside that. They ask question further detail how this will work. Okay, people don't know really Agile. Hold on in the classes. I'll explain more about it. I'll put one more question to end the day today. I have one other question for you. See if you can go through this. I'm seeing some keywords in the question. If you can make a close look. The team is performing well with the sprints and daily stand-ups, which provides the guidance on what needs to be built and when. However, during the last retrospective, the developers expressed frustration that the framework does not provide specific guidance on how to do. I think this is a place we differ, right? We learned something called framework. What is the other one we learned?
Process.
Methodology.
Methodology.
So we have two terms, right? One is a framework, one is methodology. So how means methodology, framework plus methodology, where here it is only a framework. So spaghetti code. Okay, right. As a project manager, what is the best way? Answer is best way. Help the team improve their technical performance to maintain their current flow. How can we help these guys? That's a question. Okay. I have answers here. Let me go to one of you to pull in to listen. Maybe Batma Kumar, if you're available in the mic.
मेरा नाम लेने वाला है इसलिए क्योंकि मेरा
Batma Kumar, if you're available in the mic.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
available.
Shri.
Okay, very good. So Batma Kumar, before you go to the answer, what is your observation in the question?
So the team handling the basic Scrum process and they are doing all the activities. But in the retrospective, they found they are lagging in code standards, like that they feel. So they want that need to be had as a guidance to improve their performance in future iterations.
So is it a valid ask, Batma Kumar, from the team?
Sometimes no, they work on their own way, but
It's not helping.
it's not helping for them. So that's why they feel.
Okay. Okay. So what we understand is their past experience, it's okayish. It's not really great. So they want some addition or removal in the way what they do. Okay.
Yes.
So now, what elimination technique are you using here?
Yeah. So here in that question itself, that code quality. So almost code quality, they want to standardize like that. It mentioned. So
Here.
and one more thing, they want framework. So the both almost relevant to XP. Because the code standards as well as framework, it comes under that. So then I started to read all the answers. So in that, the C waterfall methodology does not work them. So that's why I clearly eliminated that question, that answer.
Okay.
Yeah. And Scrum guide, too rigid and violate agile principles also it's negative terms. That's why I eliminated D also.
Wait, you mean the rigid? Rigid is not a word for Scrum or Agile, right?
Yes,
It goes out.
Yeah.
Violate is also not a good thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So this also goes away.
So, and the XP is not mentioned. They go with the crystal in A. So that's why I prefer to go B.
So the B says a continue. continue with the Scrum framework for few structure, but integrate.
Yes.
Can we do like this? You have a Scrum and you can integrate something from other. You can add an ingredient like that.
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
we can.
We can do. See, if somebody don't know Agile, by the way, thanks Batma Kumar for sharing those points. People
Thank
who
you,
don't
Astrid.
know, people don't know Agile here. You don't know anything about Scrum. You don't know anything about XP. It's completely okay. What I want to share with this question is keep in mind, agility is more flexible. There is no rigid rules saying that you cannot incorporate something good from other place, which means what I heard from here, Batma Kumar, if you see the answer B, you follow what Scrum says. This is how you have to meet, this is how you have to work. But you can add some recipe or ingredients from others also. That is how Agile gets very popular, highly popular, because it has adaptive nature. Anything good you can observe. So now XP, if somebody don't know what is XP, extreme programming, it's one other way of doing work in 1990s. Primarily it came from Chrysler Car Company. Chrysler Car Company, there was a Kent Beck guy who invented how to work in a way. It was so much systematic. It'll be like a cookbook. What to do next, what to do is what. It's really good, but you can't follow everything. So what they do is they take a Scrum as a framework and copy from there. That's what I'm hearing from Batma Kumar. Let me listen one more person, then I'll put the answers. Maybe Leela, if you are on the mic. Leela, you're available on the mic?
Yeah. Hi, Shri.
Hey, good. Leela, what is your thought on this whole question?
So here what the developer is saying that the framework does not specify, he wants the specific technical guidance and how to improve the code quality. So here the stress is on improving the technical capabilities of the delivery. So looking into that, A, C, and D doesn't speak anything about the technical capabilities. And as previously mentioned,
okay.
they are not they do not have any positive statements supporting to that answer. So that is the reason. Since the team is already in working on the Scrum, the integrating with some additional practices like refactoring or the of XP something pair programming, those can help the team to improve the code quality or to bring in additional technical capability.
Good point. Nice point. But Leela or anyone in this room, did you observe this one? As a project manager, what is the best way to help the team? You have to help the team improve their technical performance. I think that's why you're proposing XP. One important here is while maintaining their current flow. So if you have observed this key terms, it's very clear that you are not going to kill the Scrum, isn't it? The way of working Scrum, you're not going to kill it because you're going to maintain the current workflow. So with this one sentence, you are clear with the question, Scrum going to exist. I'm not going to kill it. Top of Scrum, top of this ice cream, what all I can add as a cherry? That's what I'm looking for. So sometimes your answer will be in the question itself because none of the answer says continue using Scrum. That's the only sentence matches with that. You see that? One of the question reading ability is read the last line of the question carefully. Is it one of the bullet point in our preparation? Sometimes the last line of the question will give you a hint for you. When you do the elimination technique, quickly found out, okay, they say current workflow should be there. Which answer is helping to maintain the flow? Answer B says continue using, very clear. If you don't know what is XP, that mapping will help you to stick with that. But if you know what is XP, XP will help on certain factors like technical guidance or code quality. That also will help you. This is a bit of advanced Agile. I don't expect this as a junior level Agile, bit of advanced, but still I'm trying to show some message through this, right? Let me put the right answer. Here it is. Okay, let's go to the answer quickly. This question is test your ability to differentiate between the loose structure of a framework and perspective practices like XP. Scrum is a framework. Very good. We learned. When you say framework, it will tell only what to do. It doesn't tell how to do. It tells you what ceremonies and how, but does not tell how will not come there. What and have will be there, but not on how. Extreme programming is a methodology that provides example pair programming, test driven development. I don't want you to go too detailed into that, but if you already know Agile, you learn that XP is a bit more detailed step by step. Now, when you open up the book called Agile Practice Guide, when you open up the book called Rita 11th edition, you will go through these concepts: Crystal, XP, Scrum. When you read that, two things keep in your mind. One is called a framework, one is called methodology. Framework will tell you what to do, there it leaves. Whereas when it goes to methodology, it will tell what plus also how to do. To quote an example, I will tell that there are, if exercising and fitness is my agile mindset, for example, my philosophy is staying fit. That's my philosophy. If I go to Scrum, Scrum is like a CrossFit. In a CrossFit, next 1 hour, these are all the equipments, do what you like, up to you. There could be another exercise routine very clearly mentioned. First 15 minutes you will do this. Next you will do this. One day you will do this. Second day you will do this. They'll give me a 12 days of routine. I have to follow that routine for food habits, sleeping, exercise. Some people like it. Some people need it. Go for it. Some people say, yeah, just tell me what are the tools. Give me the time. I will do the exercise because I will learn. I will tune myself. So Scrum could be a framework. Keep it free. Other methodologies like a waterfall or a plan driven could be very specific. Go for it. It's up to you. But the ideology, the philosophy, staying fit, that should be there. If that ideology is not there, both will not work. So, as a Scrum Master, project manager, delivery manager, you first possess that ideology. Staying fit is important. Only when you believe that, these all will work. If not, it will be a failure. You got something today? All right. Let's give a pass. Quickly listen to Shashi. Shashi, what's your question?
Hello.
Yes, Shashi. Audible. Go ahead.
1 second. I think I lost.
Okay. Okay. Before you get prepared, I'll ask people here. So, what is any takeaway today? After listening to a couple of hours, 1 or 2 points takeaway?
Let me join back again, Shri.
Okay. Super Shashi. Yeah. Super Shashi. Let me listen to people here. Any takeaways today? Go ahead, Ashish.
Yeah, one is obviously the Rita 11 book reading. Definitely need to do it like line by line. So I have done a kind of a thorough review, but not each and every chapter inside out. But I really feel that like I've done my last mock yesterday, day before yesterday night. And it was good in terms of score wise, but I feel some less confidence during the answer, some of those.
Will
So
take
I
time.
just feel like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that is exactly written in the Rita book or not. So I thought, okay, it is better to read it again,
Nice.
chapter by chapter. Because I read the heading, I read the little bit of the colorful text, whatever they put it, some markers and everything, but not each and every line.
Okay, got it.
So that is
Good
the main
wishes.
thing.
Keep
One
it.
quick question on that. I was planning to ask about the contract type. So I just seen again, like the exercises, what you given on the week 4 and 5. Is that definitely given in detail into the Rita book, or is it some other books we need to refer for that?
Rita, I
Mainly
think you will have more high level, but I don't think you need that detail right now because PMI exam has reduced the intensity of the question. But in Rita 11, you will have some information. Also, you can read that in PIMBOK 6 or PIMBOK 7th edition. But I will say, if I'm in your place, I'll directly go to Google. I will read the highlight of the information in Rita and I take it to the Google and start reading from there. So until you know fixed price, cost reimbursable, time and material, sufficient enough.
Okay, because I got those questions in my mock and I feel I don't know what is the differences between them because some of those terms are not too much detailed. Like the time and material and fixed cost, I am aware of it, but they are not talking about that, but they are talking about next step of that. And one particular point in my mock, I have found 2 of the exam questions duplicate like 2 times. So if I make mistake on one, obviously the second one also got wrong.
Yeah, inform that, pass it to Rahul. We will fix that issue.
Understood. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the major point. Yeah.
Good. Then I'll jump to Shashi. Shashi, what do you have?
Yeah, hi, Shri. the question is more in terms of the project management, the chapter 3. So we describe the characteristic of the PMO, right? Where we say it is a supportive control and the directive approach. I'm a
Yes.
bit confused with a narrative there. So when I see the supportive, it sounds to me more like it's controlling, but the controlling sounds more like supportive. I mean, so can you just help me understand this once, please?
So you mean both, you see both as a power? You
Yes,
feel
I
like
see both as a power. Yeah, yeah.
okay. What kind of power is what you want to know, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Let me see if I can help you. Here it is. Hope you got the screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let's quickly see. One is a supportive PMO, which is a low level of control,
Mhm.
where this PMO provide only the templates, help the team to move forward. Not much of
Mhm.
influencing on the decision making.
Okay.
Then we have a controlling PMO, directive PMO.
Mhm.
It's controlling. They offer consultation and supervise the project. Watch out. In controlling, you will tell, hey guys, you have to follow some compliance.
Mhm.
That is, export compliance are there, or a certain way of policy should be followed. For example, there is a new employee in your team, and this employee is planned to travel from one country to another country. As per your company policy, after probation period only somebody can travel.
Right.
Your PMO will be giving guidance. Even they stop you, hey, don't apply for this guy for the visa because it's not as per our compliance and policy. I'm just talking like that. Or could be something on what all the ways you apply for a vendor contract. They watch out the contracting system. Are you following the norms and conditions? They are ready to give guidance. They're also ready to stop you if you go beyond the boundary. Right?
So
This is a kind of
Mhm.
standing outside of your
Okay.
project.
Okay.
Standing outside, okay? Outside, but they have the power to give control.
Okay.
Now, directive PMO, they are inside your project. Takes over. Do you see the term here? Takes over.
Okay.
They take over the project. They can make a decision in the execution of your project. They can talk
Right.
about timeline. They can talk about risk management. They can talk about budgeting, which means the direct PMO or directive PMO is a kind of a project manager in your project. So what will happen here is your project manager will become a junior manager or a executing manager. You don't have a power. You just stay there.
Okay.
So if you want to understand the difference here, moderate or controlling PMO stands outside of your project, but still they can give some words on your project. Whereas in a high control directive PMO, they come inside your project. But imagine once somebody come inside your project, you lose your role. You will not be a powerful manager. That's the way it works.
Got it. So, Shri, my question was like, so I mean, in continuation with this, when we say offer consultation, is it not a supportive stuff? Like we are still offering consultations.
Supportive is not about consulting. You'll be a junior level PMO. You will only provide templates, documents needed, lessons learned documents, any training programs available. Kind of you connect between the people. That's what you'll do. You will not have the word to say, guys, you should not do this. Stop this. This is wrong. No, you can't do that. You will be a very junior level person, supportive PMO. Yeah,
Okay.
minor difference, not a big difference, but minor difference will be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks. Thanks, Shri.
Fantastic. Then I'll jump to Leela. Leela, I see a question from you. What is that?
Yes, see, actually, after taking the mock, I was doing my analysis and also checking in the AI, in the in the chat AI. So for a couple of questions, there were different responses that I have received. So I have few of questions that have been posed. So I just wanted to cross-check my understanding on these things. These are
Okay.
not.
But why you go to AI for this question?
The thing is that how can a manager check out of his capability to use his external network? That one is something
Okay.
I
Let's
was not
understand this
clear on the
question.
concept. Yeah.
Let's understand the question. As part of temporary assignment, a project manager is leading a business project. During a daily status meeting, it is discovered that the project manager's former department has not completed a task. This is delaying the current iteration. Okay. What should the project manager do? Okay. Leverage a network of the former department and ask for the help. So where you got this question, what is the justification for this answer?
So this I have got in one of my mock
Okay.
60 questions mock.
What is the justification for this answer D?
D, okay, I have to check back that one. But
Okay. Okay.
but in the AI, it has given that Agile relies on making the work and the things stop that work, so visible to everyone. Adding it to the impediments board ensures that the delay is tracked and impact is understood.
Okay.
So that is why it is given B.
Nice to go with AI, but look like we didn't understand the question itself, so we are going to AI directly. Is it correct?
Yeah, that is one of
Yeah.
the
So
questions.
subject reading is not there. So we are jumping to AI immediately. Even if AI says B, today you will say B is a good answer, and tomorrow you'll forget the subject itself. Right?
Okay.
Today we can debate, you and me can debate D is right.
No,
B
I
is
just wanted
right.
to understand the approach so
Yeah.
that I am in the right direction.
Yeah. But what subject it is? Question is covering which subject in PMP book?
I think it is communication or stakeholders.
Okay.
Those are the two topics that I was focusing on.
Okay. Okay, let's understand this a bit more better. So give me the justification of D, what the question paper says, that I have to see first. And
Okay.
also give the AI thought also. Let's see what AI says. When I say AI says, it's at Infinity AI, Google AI, Gemini AI. Which AI you did?
Gemini.
Gemini AI did.
Gemini.
Okay, very good. So it's nice to check with AI. I'm not denying that, but let's understand the concept very well before you go for the stuff itself, right? So the question says something like this. As part of a temporary assignment, a project manager is leading a business project. Very good. During a daily meeting, it is discovered that the project manager's former department has not completed a task. Look like some dependency is pending, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dependency
Some
pending.
task is
You are
not yet
working in a
completed.
X team and your Y team, the team which you worked before, they have to give something. This is delaying the current iteration. Look like a dependency block. Can I call this a dependency blocker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dependency block, right? What should the project manager do? Now, what is your action? What action you can do?
If it is dependency, then it would be an dependency that needs to be created on the impediment board.
Okay. Is it enough creating impediment board?
Then after that, he needs to discuss. Yeah,
Okay.
this is where it is getting complicated.
Yeah, it looked like so mechanical, right? Okay, I'll put in the sheet. Then what do you do?
That is the first. Like normally,
If
that
a
is would be the
question
first step.
says, yeah, if a question says, what is the first thing you will do? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What should the project manager do? You have to solve the problem now. I won't say B is wrong. I won't say D is wrong, but I'll be solving a problem anywhere here.
In the D, we are solving the problem by networking, by using the networking.
That's not sure, right? D you are trying to do. But when you contact other department, definitely you will also note down somewhere in the document also, you will do it. See, I don't want to say B is right or D is right, but let's be very practical to understand. When I have worked with another department, which is sitting in the building number 5, I'm in building number 4. I understood that there is a building number 5 team has something which they have to deliver, which is I'm waiting. I will not tell that, okay, I noted on the document. So the next question my senior manager will ask, so what next? You will walk down and go to building 5. Don't you do that? You will go there, right? I'll pick up the phone call and talk to the, hey, buddy, what's up, man? We are waiting for you for last 1 week. What's happening there? Come on, Shri, you have to send me a ticket, man. Put a ticket. We will work it out. Oh, cool. We'll do it. I think that's a practical way, right?
Yeah, consulting or connecting with the person.
That's a practical way, right? That's a practical. Yeah, good. It could be B and D both can work together, but I will say more of, if you know the team, I will say you'll go and talk and do the job, and rather telling that, okay, I noted down somewhere. Okay, noted down, nice. What is next? But in some question, they'll ask specifically what is the first action manager has to do. Then they will tell, I mark in change control board. I put in this, that kind of thing will happen, right? But when there is a problem, you have to solve the problem. You cannot tell that I noted down the problem. Come on, man, noting down what I'll do. I'll put an FIR in the police station. FIR is okay. Did your police went to the spot? No, that I didn't do. I'll just put in the FIR. If the question asks you what the police has to do when the complaint comes in, first put FIR. That's okay. But here you need action, right? You have to go for it. So I'm not saying AI is right or wrong here, but sometimes AI is also learning where understanding the question can help us. So what I will do is, in your place, I will not put any answer. I will first copy only the question, put to AI. Can you explain this question? Don't give with answers, then it will give you an answer. It will block your thinking ability at times.
Actually,
So
that is what is challenging me, because whether I should be going by this definition or that definition, that is also one concern. So I was just waiting for you to connect with
Yes, first put the question itself. Don't put the whole answers, ABC. Don't give ABCD. Just put the question, because we are not native English people. So we cannot read the wordings as the system reads. I can give that 4 lines to the system. Can you explain this question? So it can explain you in a different way. Now you understand, oh, this guy is asking this way. Chances are then you look into that. Yeah. In a different perspective, B also can be right. I'm not denying that. Noting down is important. Creating entry in medicine and assign to it. Look like you are putting to some people. Since it says iterative model, agile model, assigning looks.
that is
Assign is not it's an anti-pattern for agile. You don't assign to someone. The people voluntarily do the job. Kind of
we
that.
keep in the
Kind of there, but I don't want to go so detail into that. But message is D looks a bit more better because I'm going on talking to solving the problem. Look like
addressing the problem.
but very much document oriented. Then B looks a good answer. Just note it down somewhere. Yeah, looks nice. So nice feel. So question also says that what should the project manager do? It's not asking what first you have to do. So I will go with D in that cases. Yeah.
Yeah, Shri, I tried that on Google, as you said, on AI, and they have given the same way, like, okay, you will, like, it will return all the answer in a single way, saying that you will go and approach your previous department and solve the impediment. So they use the both the word basically in the answer.
Oh, okay. Good.
And use your network and connect,
Good guys.
basically.
Good guys. Good.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Great. I think we did much of time now. Next half an hour, I have to go to next class. So thanks a lot for everyone joining here. This is Sunday prayers. We meet every Sunday to talk about the success stories. And next week, we'll meet with more bullet points. Appreciate all your efforts. Keep rocking, keep preparing. Catch you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sri.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sri.